It feels as though the light is boring through your hand, through your eyes, right into your soul. This is the last thing you remember. Hello and welcome to Life of the Party, the Delphos Saga. I'm Nyx, your DM. We are nyxrising. Are you ready to go? Yay! Cue title sequence. We catch up with our adventurers whilst they host 3 Lords of Vishima on a political visit whilst negotiating a trade deal. Having guided Lord Toju, Lord Michio, and Lord Sato around the city for an entire day, reunited with Maze's childhood friend Jiro, and having overheard some unsavory things about both Vishima and Erin itself, you are now stood at the door of a storage room in the Lord's rented villa, where Maze has just seen some strange, lurking creature vanish into thin air.
This is fine. This is fine.
Party. You are standing outside of the room. Maze, you can see inside, through a crack in the door, into the sprawling function hall, decorated with beautiful murals, decorated columns, filled with luggage in the huge travelling chest carried into the villa by 4 men, the lid on it now slightly askew. You can't see what you saw moments ago. A humongous, humanoid-ish figure, but dark, hunched over. You couldn't quite make out what you were looking at before. It vanished into thin air.
With the flash that I saw of it, does it kind of like match with the foggy bonfire memories, or is it just big?
Make a wisdom roll, just a straight wisdom roll.
Just a straight wisdom. 13?
13. You can, putting your mind to it, staring in, trying to imagine that shape that you just saw, you can just about connect it with what you can remember from the bonfire.
Okay. You guys will just see Maze peeking through and then all of a sudden then like go stiff.
What is it?
Whatever it is, it just disappeared.
Huh?
Can we see?
Yeah. Just be quiet.
You poke your heads around and you see an empty room. And you also would see the chest with the lid slightly askew.
Is there anything like, can we hear anything in there? Like anything moving around or?
You can't hear anything.
Okay, we should at least take a look, right?
Yeah.
Because there might be something dangerous.
Yeah.
Be on guard.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
will tiptoe in.
Tiptoe in and have a look around.
You tiptoe inside the room. The floor tiled, silent under your feet as you move inside. The room itself is large, square, mostly empty, sort of uselessly used. Have a couple of travelling crates, a couple of travelling chests, and this one big chest in the centre. Nothing of particular interest in here. One of the crates is open, and the trunk itself has the slightly askew lid. As you approach the box, you can see many intricate carvings and metal embellishments on the outside, making like a decorative picture.
Check out like one of the crates first. See if anything's been
Sure.
like, taken or.
Make an investigation check.
'Cause I'm good at those. 4.
You're hubris.
No, that was sarcasm. I have +2.
One of the crates which is open, you just sort of push the wooden lid back slightly, and you see straight away, just looking in, it smells a little bit funky in there, and there's some traces of some sort of viscous liquid.
Gross.
What do the markings on the outside of the box look like?
So straight away, just looking at it, you can see that there's images of mountains, there's images of traditional Vishima-style houses, and what Maze would know to be traditional depictions of Vishima monsters and ghosts. To figure anything else out, make an investigation check.
It's 5.
A 5.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not from there, so I'm just like, this is real nice.
So,
Mahogany.
even with that, you do notice the repeated depiction of like one person in the images.
Okay. This one person is kind of like all the way through it. Is it like a story about them?
Do I know what this means?
You would know that it perhaps does tell a story in the images.
Am I able to decipher what the story might be?
Let's make you make another check. You know what? Perception.
That's cocked. God dang it. No, 12.
12? Okay. You spend a while walking around the outside of the trunk, sort of probably saying to the others you need a minute to try and understand what's on here. You realise that this repeated depiction of one man, he seems to be dressed in the clothing of an honour guard, just like the guards that the lords have with them. Okay. The same sort of Hakama style painted face. The longer you look, the more disturbing you realise the carvings are. There's sort of images of body parts and dismembered corpses like hidden amongst the other designs, and in between the obvious designs it's laden with writing in a language that you can't read.
This is kind of uncomfortable.
What is it?
Come look closely. I'll point out all the sort of hidden body parts.
Yeah.
Why would... Monsters I can kind of understand. Like... There's that whole kind of thought process that if you like make yourself look like a monster, then you'll scare the monsters away and stuff like that. But why would you put in gore?
While these two have been sort of inspecting the trunks and the crates and things that are in here, Pandora's been sort of looking more around the room itself. Like, is there any sense that there's something still in here with us? Like, is there that feeling of being watched? Or
make a perception check.
5.
Wow, this is the beach all over again.
Oh my god. Okay, you can't tell whether anything's in here. Like, you're on edge to the point where you feel like there could be something in here, but you don't know whether you're just anxious about there being something in here, and that makes you kind of want to believe there isn't, because you're like, I just feel like there must be, which means there probably isn't. You do notice the faint smell of herbs.
Does anyone else smell that?
You can now.
Maybe there was food
Herbs.
in the box, big box.
Are you pushing the lid off?
Let me see what I can see with it.
I would like to help Icarus push the lid off.
Yeah?
We're pushing the lid off.
Pushing the lid
Christ.
off. It's already ajar.
That's why I was going to look through the ajar bit.
Okay, Icarus and Maze, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Ah! Crit!
Yeah!
22!
Hell yeah. Okay, that's not bad actually. 23.
Oh, that's not bad, 23. Okay, you're okay. You push the lid off, and as you're looking down into the trunk, you see an immediate arcane flash of energy at the bottom, but you're able to pull yourselves back enough, and whatever it was doesn't seem to take. What is it?
Spell?
Spell trap.
Can I have a look?
Yeah, you can come over. I won't make you roll a perception check for it. You sort of peer over the edge carefully into it. You would know from probably studying arcane glyphs and such that this has now triggered and is done. There's a glyph of warding at the bottom of the trunk.
It's protected. It's got like a warding glyph on there.
On the inside?
But you'd probably also know that once these are triggered, that's done. At least that one is done.
Yeah, it's spent itself.
Is that, like, peering back in now that Pandora's clarified, is there anything in it, or was it just the glyph?
There is, immediately you can see that the inside walls of it are lined with runes.
Arcane runes, or?
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yeah, do.
How do I take a look at this?
19.
Nice.
19. Okay, you're able to very quickly recognize the runes as abjuration magic. And although you don't know the exact spell, you are able to understand, like tracing over a number of them, that they're there to contain something and negate the harmful effect of whatever you would guess was in the trunk. The trunk is now empty.
Mm.
It was like laced with protection magic.
Keep
Like
something in.
abjuration symbols to protect what was in there? Or, as I don't know,
Protect what was in there, or protect other people from what was in there?
The thing that sticks out to you is that it's to negate harmful effects of something. So you get the impression perhaps there was something in there and the runes were making the box negate the effect of whatever it was.
negates harmful effects. So maybe there was something else in here that was exuding a negative energy of some sort?
And now something might be loose.
Well, something's definitely out.
Well, you said whatever you saw disappeared.
I mean, yeah, but it reminded me of what I can remember of the bonfire.
Okay.
And from what Daichi said before, it seems like one of the lords, probably Sato, has some sort of creature.
Are you feeling anything from Daichi right now?
May is making a wisdom saving throw. I was on the tip of my tongue. Natural 1. As you ask Maze if they're feeling anything from Daichi right now, you notice that Maze's eyes have glazed over in the course of you saying that.
Yes.
And you see Maze move almost puppet-like and reach out, like stroke their hand along the outside of the trunk, following the designs. Maze, you are conscious of this, but not in control. And you watch as Daichi controls your hand and brings it around to what would be the start of the story on the trunk. You're looking down at an image of a mask.
Maze?
And from that, like, you're released again.
You good?
You went somewhere.
I think Daichi's trying to tell me something.
Okay.
Wait, did Daichi just take over?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Sure. Okay.
That's totally normal. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
He's cool. We talked. It's fine.
Uh-huh. Well, what did he have to say?
It's a mask.
Yeah. So, what is that, like the most important symbol on there, or?
Those... this might be a stretch. Those kelpies that we fought, they could make themselves look like people.
Yeah. This might also be a stretch, but when the aides arrived with the lords, they had their faces all painted. Is it just me? Like, that Miko guy is really creepy.
Miko's really creepy. He spent the whole... when Sato's food came to him, he just kind of lurched forward for it, and he just... There was this overwhelming feeling that that guy's really hungry. And, well, those people were eaten.
Yeah.
Maze, make an intelligence check at advantage to follow the rest of the story now that you know the start.
17?
17. 17 is the DC.
Nice.
So, from where Daichi has pointed out the beginning, this image of a mask, You're able to follow the story around the box properly, even without being able to read the words. And you get the impression that perhaps there is some visage, maybe a mask, or maybe that's just a metaphor for what it is, that grants power to the person it comes in contact with. The mask is found by this armoured soldier in a mountain cave hundreds of years ago, and has since been used to protect his master. You follow the story around. The mask is passed from guardian to guardian. The catch is that the mask itself seems to have some gruesome and unstoppable power, and the person wearing it in the images grows sharp teeth, and you realise depictions of body parts seems to devour the flesh of other people.
Relay this to these two, and again point out, okay, think of it like this. If Sato's line has always been his family, maybe it's because they've got this powerful being protecting them.
Maybe, but can we potentially move it out of here and at least sweep the area? I don't feel comfortable just letting something wander around.
Yeah, I think we should.
While we chat, you know?
Yeah, we should probably go chat in private as well.
Yeah.
Are you checking anything else in this room before you go?
I want to take a quick look in the crates and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, roll an investigation check for one more check around.
I will help you, so...
Yeah, those stink.
At advantage.
Cool. 25.
25, okay.
I got for advantage.
A lot of the crates are, you realise, sealed shut and you can't pry them open, but the one that is open, you investigate a little more closely, and you find that there is blood at the bottom of the crate, and the presence of like a chunk of something fleshy, like the trim of fat that would come off a piece of meat or something. It seems to be decomposing a little, but when you dig a little deeper into the crate, you find more pouches of herbs that appear to be keeping the worst of the smell away.
Would we recognise the pouches as...
Absolutely the similar pouches to what Miko's been wearing, and the similar herb smell.
This is like... there's flesh in here. Oh, that's so gross.
Okay. Let's sweep the area. We're trying to make sure this thing isn't doing anything. Make sure everyone here is safe.
We will try and track the invisible / disappeared thing.
There's nothing to track.
Just have a look around, see if there's any like disturbance in the foliage, if anyone is injured or just...
Okay, you know from hearing it come in here and close the door that whatever came in here most likely came through the door. Heading back out into the hallway to see if you can find any signs of where it went or anything like that, you overhear voices coming from down the corridor back towards the main part of the building. You recognise Miko's voice and Sho's.
Stay out of sight and listen.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a group stealth check.
15. Ooh, that's a crit. Nice.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. You sneak a little closer, very careful now to pad down the hallway, not making any sound. When you get closer, you can hear Miko, first of all. Listen here, Sho, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I don't want you getting any closer to my master, and I don't think you're gonna like what happens if you try. Just you wait. I'll make you regret looking at him twice. You hear Sho's voice shortly after. You think I'm scared of you, creep? I know your secret, so whatever you think you're threatening me with, think again. You're getting sloppy. And then you see her, just from where you're glimpsing out of your hiding place, wipe something gross from his collar and like shake it off her hand. She suddenly looks around in your direction, not at you, almost past you, just a little anxiously, and then like shrugs her shoulder and goes, "We need someone more private to talk," and sort of beckons him in a way that is quite authoritative. Like she isn't scared of him at all. He doesn't look like he's going to follow at first, but then like bristles and follows her. They head back further into the villa, around towards the Lord's rooms.
We will follow along then?
there's like a sneakier way to catch them. Or if we just... Maybe we should just talk to Show later.
Maybe. Ask Jiro again.
Both of them.
Yeah.
They spent ages on that boat together.
Mm-hmm.
I've got something to tell you guys anyway.
So we should talk.
Guess we'll go back to our room.
I'm gonna reverse lockpick the door.
Oh, close that door again and
Yeah.
close it again. Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't
lock it.
do the arcane lock up.
Yeah,
but it's
but-
locked.
Just so it looks less suspicious.
I'll let you do that. As you move back down, which room are you going to?
Neutral?
Yeah.
Because then you
Your
guys
room?
can like scatter
Cool.
into yours if we need
Icarus'
to.
room.
Yeah.
Okay, you head on into Icarus' room, and as you step inside, you feel a sense of like, finally.
There's some weird stuff going on here.
Yeah.
What did you want to talk to us about?
Yeah, okay. At dinner, you know when I left to go to the restroom?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go to the restroom.
Pandora Gerasi. You coming for my position?
I'll never be able to get anywhere near your position, miss. I can see your position at the time. So Royce messaged me and asked me to follow him because you know when Toju and Adamos went to smoke, like he followed Adamos because Adamos doesn't trust Toju, and I guess with good reason, because when I followed them and we listened in, Toju was threatening Adamos.
Wait, what?
Why?
He said that he implied that the Erin Council is funding piracy, and that he would spill the secret to everyone if the council made any more delays on the trade talks.
Huh.
Adamos was not impressed.
What kind of threat was he making?
I just spill the information, I suppose.
And then, obviously, we just heard Michio and Toju arguing, I'm guessing, about
I think
That?
it must have been about what that was.
I did like to say unleash. Now we've got a protective box that's open.
Yeah, unleash was a very specific word.
I hate this.
So maybe Toju thinks that if the trade talks go on too long, maybe something will be unleashed, either on the council or on Erin as a whole. I don't know.
Well, if
This just got a whole lot more complicated than we thought.
Sato has the resource of a man that can turn into a people-eating creature, then
But like, why would they set it loose on councillors? Like, that's not going to help their trade efforts.
They wouldn't. They'd set it loose on people. Because then it would be on the councillors.
politics could be so bloody.
It's so complicated. But it seems to be true if Adamos reacted the way he did. And I mean, like, you guys saw how quickly he closed the dinner and, like, told everyone to leave.
Yeah. I think tomorrow we should do orange snooping when this meeting is going on.
Well, from what the itinerary says, it's gonna go on for a while.
Yeah, we've got time.
Yeah, you can get in those vents.
Like, I don't know if we can get Royce to help us. He might be tied up tomorrow.
I think if there's time tomorrow, we should definitely talk to Jiro and Sho, and maybe see if they can distract Miko for a bit, and we can go look in his room and see if he's got anything incriminating. I don't know.
Yes. Like, we need to see what we can put on Miko. Because, like, he's creepy, but, like, that's not anything, like...
Subjective.
It's just a weird link of who he is and folklore in a box.
Yes.
That's not anything concrete, it's just
No.
a creepy coincidence.
This is a lot, right?
This is a lot.
I just wanted to do my final exams in peace.
Not allowed any of that, I guess.
No,
No.
it's never a dull moment with you two.
As if that wasn't enough.
Oh,
No.
slow.
You hear a noise coming from Maze's room.
Pardon? I'm going to tiptoe sneak through the doorway that joins to my room.
Make a stealth check.
Bitch. Get on my shit. 11.
Okay. You pull the door open.
Wait, would I have that advantage because of my boots?
Sure.
14.
14. Okay. You sneak up to the door, lift the latch so silently that it doesn't even sound like you're opening the door, pull it open slightly, and look inside. And the first thing you notice from the angle that you're at is that your window is open. And also that some of your things immediately look like they've been rifled through. You look the other way, trying to understand, and you see that the door to your bedroom is also open.
What is it?
Swing the door open. We've had a double breach.
Breach from both ends, lads.
I've been breached from both ends.
Oh no.
Daichi just internally slaps.
You're welcome.
Do you relay to us that someone's come in your front door or gone?
And my back door.
If Mace has relayed that to us, I will look out of Icarus's door, like into the corridor.
Make a perception check.
Perceive.
I want to perceive out my window.
Ooh, 22.
23.
Cool. Let's do Pandora first. You roll first. So you look out and you can't see anyone, but you sort of look up, look down. You do see some wet footprints. They appear to be coming from Maze's room up the hall.
Inspect.
Maze, at the same time, you go in and like lean out the window and you can see where something has moved through the plants from where the water is, like moved through the plant life to the window. And there's like some more damp across your bed onto the floor.
Ugh.
And you see the footprints leading from the window to the door. Whilst also like moving around slightly, like having walked around the room.
Like shoe print footprints? Or?
They are definitely larger than human.
Mm. Can I go out and try and follow them?
Make a survival check.
Oh, natural 20, 23.
Natural 20. Okay, they are fairly easy to follow. It's getting dark, but with your dark vision you can like hone in on them. You follow them down the hallway, they pass the door with the trunk in it, and then just stop dead. Like there's just not a single further footprint.
What?
I'm like shutting and locking my window properly while this is happening.
Icarus?
Icarus is John Travolta-ing like.
I'll message the others like,
Someone, follow me.
I'll go follow Pandora.
Okay.
just display footprints that finish and disappear.
They stop dead like someone was taking a step and just like ceased to exist.
What?
Hey.
I was like, inspect like the ceiling or the walls? Like,
You find no
did it do a
trace of,
Spider-Man?
you find no trace of like something moving up the walls or the ceiling.
It is vanished.
What pheromone is this?
I don't know.
I'll peek my head out into the corridor.
Whoever it is gone.
Like gone, like they were here and now they're not. Gone.
They came from like the pond.
That's why they're wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're big.
Yeah, like how big are the feet?
Like bigger than would be naturally human.
But like not like
No, they're
Dinner
they're
plate,
still
like-
humanoid
Yeah,
size.
just like a bit large.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that equates to dinner plate, but
Dinner plate. If you're Miko and you're really hungry.
Huh.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit of a wander up just to see if anyone's around.
You can't see anyone.
can I detect any like magical vibe in the area?
Make an Arcana check.
Check.
Vibe check, the lack of footprint. 17.
You don't feel any sense of like something in particular being done here. Like you don't get any trace of like a teleportation spell or anything like that.
If only I didn't have so many other spells in my head, I would try and see invisible things, but I cannot. I cannot remember that one today.
I want to go see if anything of mine has been taken.
Make an investigation check at advantage because it's your stuff.
You know your stuff.
17.
17. Okay. You root through stuff for a while, like thinking like maybe in your bag or something like that. Things need to, like, things in there seem to be where they are. As you're rooting, you do note that your little token of Pelor that you got from the Temple of Pelor in Ithia, like, you find it in one of the back pockets, like, huh, completely forgotten about this.
Huh.
It takes you a while to think, to check your other equipment. Your katana is gone.
Oh, yes! Maze is angry. Ooh.
Oh, you will hear like casual rifling and then just like, son of a.
You good?
No.
We'll go back to Maze's room, I suppose.
What up?
My grandfather's sword is gone.
What?
My grandfather's sword is gone.
That's incredibly specific. And your other sword is still here?
Great sword still there?
Great sword's still there.
Yep.
Someone's targeting you.
Which lord knew your granddad?
Told you. Used to work for him.
He did say he was really offensive the last time he saw him. No offense. Like, that's no reason to like come in and steal your sword, but
I
like,
know he didn't leave on the best of terms, but he's a really nice man.
No, I don't doubt that. It's just like, this is very weird.
Maze, you feel Daichi getting really antsy, and as you're sitting there, you suddenly hear his voice in your head.
Hello.
Something's happening.
Right now?
Huh?
What?
That's all you get.
I think that we should go and at least talk to Jiro and say something's been taken from the rooms.
Yes. That should definitely be made a point of.
Yeah,
Because maybe they'll steal from someone else's room.
yeah.
Yeah.
And to steal the weapon of someone who's escorting important political figures, like, anyone could be next.
I mean, just the fact that we've had a break-in is
Exactly.
enough of a concern.
Yes. And it would be right for them to know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go and find them then.
Okay.
What sort of time is it? I guess like we got back like pretty late.
Yeah, it's like well after midnight now. Like coming up on 1 in the morning.
We'll have a wander, see if we can find any of the...
If anyone's up and about.
If anyone's up and about.
Any of the aids.
Any of the aides.
Okay.
Or even if Michio's about? I'm not gonna say.
Uncle Mitchell!
Uncle's out? I'm not gonna say
So you wander through the like open areas of the villa, but all of the bedroom doors are shut.
that.
And you don't know who's in what room because you didn't ask, you haven't been down this side before.
If we're walking past any of these, do we hear anything coming from inside the rooms?
Nothing.
Okay.
Like even listening out, you hear nothing. Gentle snoring from Michio's room. Or from one of the rooms, I guess.
Maze, I'm
Sort of saying to Maze, try not to make too much of a noise in the corridors.
Maze, I'm going to put an alarm around your room. Like, just in case.
Thanks.
do that
Okay.
if and when we head back.
Do you want to sleep in my room tonight and I'll sleep in yours?
No.
Okay.
If someone tries to comfort me when I'm sleeping, that's their problem.
Okay.
I mean, I feel sorry for anyone who tries to comfort you while you're sleeping.
Thank you. That's a nice compliment.
Maybe should we, like, have our weapons close tonight?
Sure.
Yeah. And if I can find some sort of replacement for the meantime.
Do you want to use my sea blade?
No, I'll just see if there's something knocking around.
See if you can borrow the glaive from Miko.
Ha.
I'm sure he'll let you touch it.
Yeah.
Use it, hold it, carry it.
Yeah, I can definitely hold that one-handed.
Yeah, I will put an alarm around the entry
Okay.
points to Miz's room.
You do so. It's after 1 in the morning by the time you do. You all feel there's nothing else for it but to go to bed and carry on dealing with this in the morning.
Sword under pillow.
You settle down in your respective rooms, feeling a little uneasy, but nothing happens, and you sleep through the night. Morning comes, as comes the knock of a villa attendant on your door, saying that breakfast will be served in the main lounge area of the villa, and to head out there at your leisure, but the lords do need to be at their meeting within an hour and a half.
Say to these guys as we're getting ready to head out to the dining room.
Should we mention that something was stolen last night? Just to see maybe if any of the others experienced something similar?
Well, we need to tell them anyway, like we were going to, so
We might as well.
we might as well.
Okay.
Like we said last night, it's important that
They're aware
Mm-hmm.
that there's a threat.
The lords and the others will gather in the lounge area for a spread of breakfast laid out by the staff. As you come out there, everyone else is already up. There's fresh fruit, grapes, apples, figs, watermelon, artisan breads, cold meats, eggs, fresh juice, all laid out beautifully on this huge table. Michio sees the three of you and comes over and is bows his head. Good morning.
Morning, Uncle.
Good morning.
That seems to make him very happy.
Did you sleep well?
I did, how about you three?
We had a little bit of a problem last night. Maze had someone breaking into their room.
He looks taken aback, genuinely shocked. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. What happened?
Someone stole my family's katana.
That seems a little strange.
Yes.
Did you see them?
No.
We wondered whether any of you had anything missing this morning.
I heard something strange in the night.
If we had, I hadn't heard from the others. I certainly haven't. And he turns around and he quickly announces what you just told him to the whole room. Make a perception check to see if you notice anyone react.
9.
12.
21.
Okay.
Maze is looking.
I am Miko now.
You two, your focus goes directly to Miko, who you see just eyes wide.
But you know
As
that
he
all
is.
the time.
The only thing you notice is that he isn't eating breakfast. Maze, you notice, show as well the pull of face, really unimpressed. But that's sort of it for reactions. The other lords, you just kind of get a sort of sniff and dismissal of it. No one heard anything. No one saw anything, and nothing else was taken.
Okay. We'll do our best to stay on guard tonight as well and keep you safe. But we
I'm
just
sure
wanted
you
to make
will.
sure that everything was out in the open.
Of course. And if there's any chance that... I don't want to be presumptuous, but if there was anything in the luggage that I might be able to use as a replacement weapon, just to make sure I'm on guard.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Couldn't have any of the three of you just without your weapons. You are protecting us after all. I will see to it myself.
Thank you, Uncle.
You see him beam again. He goes straight off towards their rooms.
Oh, Uncle.
You indulge yourselves in some of the breakfast spread.
As I'm eating, I'm gonna smile at Miko like, haha.
The other honor cards you see are eating. Miko is just stood there with the flavor.
Meat. Meat.
And before long, Lord Machiro comes back with his own katana.
Oh no!
And he presents it to you and I know it's not quite a family heirloom, but
Has it got any like special carvings or
It's
anything
got
in the case?
jade rabbits like embedded down the outside of the sword.
This is beautiful. Thank you. I'll make sure not to damage it or anything.
I doubt there'll be any reason for you to use it, but you should always be armed.
Precisely. Just attach it to my belt.
God, I love him.
I love him so much. I love you, rabbit sword!
Right. I suppose we should be in a bit of a hurry, though. We haven't very important
Yes, we
meeting.
have to get to the council building when you are ready to go.
Are we ready? I think we should be ready by now. Sort of like hurries told you, so he finishes eating, and you see like snapping his face a little more, like dabbing at the corner of his mouth and handing the plate back to an attendant.
How's Jiro looking this morning?
He looks okay. I mean, he's eating. He looks like he rested, and a little bit lighter than yesterday. And he doesn't completely ignore eye contact with Maze this morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like sit near him to eat my breakfast so that if he wants to have a little casual chat, he can.
He does,
Yay.
quite subtly,
Yeah.
but he does. Just like asks how you slept, apologizes, having heard about your granddad's sword, knows how much that means to you.
I might imply that maybe he could do something helpful for us later, but I'll talk to him about it.
He agrees. But yeah, sure, anything you need. From there, you hop into your carriage, head back towards the council buildings for the Lord's meeting with the Council of Erin. You're heading about 45 minutes into the hour journey, and suddenly the carriage is stopped by a roadblock. This is a main road through Erin, and you see immediately Toju sat at the side, like leaning out the carriage window, sneer on his face, like, honestly, I think the road should have been cleared for us, considering who we are. You three, go and see what's going on.
Of course.
Anything.
He seems particularly grouchy this morning.
Accidents
Yeah.
happen,
But we'll make sure we can do what we can.
Let's hop out.
Yeah, let's go see what the holdup is.
Accidents happen, told you.
Bitches get stitches.
Don't unleash Icarus.
As you head down, you realise that, like, there is actually a blockade, and that nobody is being allowed to pass. There's like a slight crowd forming, and you see a number of city guard at the blockade.
Try and like
Yeah.
wheedle our way through to try and see what's going on.
Get to one of the city guard to ask her questions.
Yeah, you make your way up to a hobgoblin city guard, and he's like,
Hey, what's all this? This was open yesterday.
unfortunately, a body has been found.
What?
Yes, so we have to deal with that. The road will be open as quickly as we can.
Of course, of course.
Is there any sign of what happened?
I'm afraid we can't talk about it, but
We are here on official business with some Lords of Vishima, and we need to be somewhere as quickly as possible, so if it's possible to go this way, that would be much appreciated, or if we could have some information.
make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
7.
He doesn't look like he believes you.
Oh.
Listen, we're from Delphos, and we are escorting the Lords of Vishima to their meeting with the councillors today. It's a very important meeting, and if they miss it, then it could potentially, you know how the High Council can be, right? Yeah.
He looks a little more persuaded. Make a persuasion check.
Go on with persuasion.
Come on, +6 persuasion. It's a dirty 20.
Hey!
Hey! He's like, okay, look, we still need some time
Okay.
to get the body moved.
Yeah, I know.
He gestures past him, and you can see just like essentially like a sheet over something in the road. Once that's happened, you will be top priority to get through.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any chance, this might be a bit of a weird particular question, but was the body slashed with any claws at all?
He looks momentarily concerned that you know that, and he's like, why do you ask?
We might have had some experience with an attack like this.
On the armature?
We might have been witnesses to that.
Oh, well, come aside.
Yes, give us the information.
He pulls you aside where like none of the other citizens who are sort of crowded at the blockade can hear anything, and he tells you that yes, there are claw marks, but from what he's heard of what happened to the armature, it doesn't sound anything like this. This body appears to be mostly eaten.
Reset on the citizens, I fucking told you.
He wasn't eating breakfast. He already done had his meal.
He explains, sort of looking slightly sick at what he's saying, that the body isn't particularly recognizable in its current state. There's like flesh torn from bone, organs like part chewed.
What kind of time did this happen?
It was found at dawn, so we expect in the night. Fortunately, the body is wearing rather official clothing.
Official in the sense of what, like counselor? Official?
Not a counselor, but perhaps someone who worked there.
And is there anything else recognizable?
Definitely Elven.
Pandora's like all the colour from Pandora's face just like drains away.
Male or female?
Male.
Pandora sits down a sec.
Hey, you don't know, it's just...
It's maybe a bit of a weird request. There's no chance we could see the body, is there?
I don't think I should probably let you do that. Unless you think you could identify them.
Maybe.
We've been in and out of the council quite a few times.
Let me speak to my supervisor. You see him disappear around the side of one of like the city guard carriages.
I'll just go and quickly inform the lords that there's a blockage, but they'll be top priority very soon.
Great.
Just a goblin sat on top of the car and just goes, wee.
Alamos!
Llamos?
Cyranos!
The hobgoblin comes back from speaking to his superior and asks that you do come past the blockade and take a look, if you don't mind, in case you can identify the body.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Hold your hand.
The red of the hobgoblin guard's face goes a little paler as well as he... Goblin. As he lifts off the sheet, you're immediately relieved to see blonde hair. And from, like, although you can't make out the face clearly, from the colour of the skin and the hair, you are pretty sure this was the aide of Councillor Galon, who was at the dinner last night.
Oh. Okay.
Shit.
You didn't get his name, but you do remember him standing behind the table.
Okay, I think I know who that is.
Yeah, he was at the meal last night.
He's the aide to Councillor Galon.
Oh, thank you. And quickly covers the body with the sheet again.
Thank you.
That helps us a lot, thank you.
Yeah, did we get it? Like, with a glimpse of it, is it ravaged? Like
That definitely eaten by something.
something big? Or
You recognise similar remains to what you've seen of Daichi.
Oh.
Can I do a medicine check to see kind of what time it's, how long it's been dead? And...
Yeah, go for it.
CSI Icarus.
See a Icarus.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm just gonna look at it and be like,
Body.
Yeah!
yeah, that was a 2, so 4.
It's a body.
Yeah.
definitely some time since you last saw the guy.
Bit grim.
Yeah. Definitely dead.
With that information, they're able to like usher you back behind the blockade, and within like less than 10 minutes, they're moving the body and opening half of the road.
We'll go and get back in with.
Yeah.
Sorry for the hold up.
Oh, it's fine.
We were top priority as Maze came and told you.
We should
I
still be
appreciate
there in time.
Good. The carriage rolls on past. You glance out the window. You see more city guards gathering and discussing as the blockade sort of kind of basically put back after you roll through. And they let you pass. You head on the rest of the further 10 minutes down to the council building. And the lords, sometimes still as stoic as ever. Machio looks a little sad, and Toju more stressed than he was earlier. In fact, make an insight check.
Seven.
16.
Okay, you two would notice particularly that Toju looks nervous, uncomfortable about what you just discovered. Like he's sort of glancing back, like glances out the window towards where the body was, sort of glances back even as you pass it when you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Yeah. I will say to these guys in like a hushed tone, or like what seems like I'm trying to do it hushed tone, but definitely loud enough for them to hear, like,
We should probably inform the councillor about what happened to his aide.
Yeah.
flick my eyes at Toju.
You see him like gulp and look away out the other window, like tapping his hand on his knee a bit. But eventually you arrive back at the council building. You're once again led inside the cool rectangular building, and it's like right up to the minute before the meeting, so you were just told to wait on the benches as the lords hurry inside. And as they do, Machio warns you that this could take anywhere from an hour to several hours, and that they're sorry about this, but this is how meetings go.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Uncle. We'll be here.
Good luck with your meeting.
Thank you. See you on the other side. And in he goes, and the doors are shut. You're left in the lobby. Maze, you can feel Daichi just irritable inside your body.
Okay. So we need to find a way to snoop in there.
So once again, you're in a long rectangular building. The lobby here is like a rectangle itself with the open ceiling, water feature in the middle and some plants.
Yep.
There are two doors on either side of the long side of the rectangle, which you were informed were offices for the High Councillor, and one of them is the office that Adamos is using while he's like in situ here. And down the end is the large auditorium room where they're having the meeting. And Royce pointed out to you, basically either side of the auditorium door, there's vents into the arcane ducts.
Okay. And we are totally alone?
Totally alone.
Totally alone. Okay.
I don't know if it's worth. You want to check out some of the offices, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if it's worth trying to listen to them straight away, because they're going to need some time to
Yeah,
warm
true.
up, I guess.
True.
But I guess we should come up with a little plan of attack before doing anything. God, I hope Citra doesn't find out about this.
So Royce has informed you that Leonida, so High Councillor Leonida, High Councillor Hammond, and High Councillor Arkud had offices here. You know that Arkud is in the meeting. You don't know about the other two.
And have we seen either of them at all, in our
No.
time that we've been here so far?
And what was the other room? The one that just says councillors?
That's like an office in situ for whichever one of the normal councillors is working here at the time.
Right, okay.
Which is the
Royce,
Adamos, right?
yeah,
Adamos.
Royce pointed out that's where Adamos was working at the moment.
Okay.
All the talking that we're doing is hushed enough so that
Yeah.
people won't hear us.
So do you want to just go into Arca's office, or?
Or is there a way to get there by the vents?
Yeah, I mean, we'd be able to at least look in and see first.
We're gonna have to go in the vents anyway.
Cool.
Vent openings.
Okay, so you can go to the one on the right-hand side that's closest to Arkwood's office. And it just appears to be like a vent grate that could possibly be like pried off or like unscrewed essentially.
I have things.
These tools,
Yes.
you can make your trap tool check.
Thank you.
So a dex check plus proficiency to see if you can get the vent open without damaging it.
We'll keep an eye out to make sure no one's watching.
Yeah.
21.
21. Easy as anything. You easily find how it's fixed on, and with the trap tools you're able to remove it in a way that is like completely subtle, and you're confident you can put it back without anyone knowing.
Good job.
Thanks.
When you open it, you just hear this rush of water going through it, and you just see like this constant stream of water, almost floating, moving down in one direction, like going around the outside of the main auditorium hall.
How high is it? Off the floor, or?
It's floor level,
Oh, it's
so
floor
you have
level.
to kneel down and crawl into it.
Like, how high is it?
It's like
the sort of thing you need to crawl through?
you wouldn't be
Unsure.
you'd have to crawl, but you wouldn't be shoulder to shoulder like squashed into it. They're large enough for people to get in and maintain, but it would be like crawling through a fun tunnel, like a soft playhouse.
And how much room is there for breath if there's water in there?
Maybe 4 inches above the water to stop and breathe.
It's gonna look so suspicious if we're all wet.
I mean, I kind of look wet most of the time.
Yeah? But your clothes.
I'm gonna vent, no one's gonna look at me.
I mean, when you come out of the vent afterwards.
Keep hold of my clothes.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Sure, I guess.
Do it.
No, I don't wanna. The DM said do it, now I'm scared.
Because you're entertaining me. I might even give you inspiration.
Okay,
Genuinely.
hell yeah.
Give yourself inspiration on your character.
Yes!
And naked Icarus in the vents.
We're slippery when wet.
You're inspired.
Hell yeah!
Cord says hell yeah.
Cold's like, huh.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. It's worth a shot, right?
Yeah. How are you gonna... I mean, surely there's a vent on the other side. You just gonna peek in?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go in, I'll just
Okay.
peek, and then if there's no one in there, then I can come back and be like, hey, there's no one in there.
We just break in the front.
Yeah.
This is a lot. Go on.
Okay.
Okay. You get down, sort of line yourself up,
Do this. Give you my
and
clothes.
strip off in the lobby.
Just making sure no one's watching.
There's no one around. You do see like a bird looking into the lobby like you get in, and immediately you feel how fast the rush of water is. Make a strength check to swim against it.
Ooh. Naked Icarus.
I'm
so lazy right It's 5.
So 5. You see Icarus get in, determined to go like towards the office. He goes the other way. It doesn't feel as fast on the inside as it looked on the outside. Kind of like when you're in one of those lazy rivers, but swimming against it, like the current is strong, and it carries you round. So it carries you round the corner, and you carry round another corner. You see a vent pass that you can see straight into the auditorium room, and then you keep going around. You You see the vent at the other side of the lobby.
You see us looking through the vent lighting.
And
Nice.
round. I love a bit of bumbling in there. Then you pass the Councillor Adamos's in situ office. You see Royce in there working. Goes all the way down the bottom of the building. You see being swept backwards. You pass by another one of the High Councillor's offices. Leonidas. It's empty. Suddenly the vent goes down and under the road and up again on the other side. You pass Hammond's office, that's also empty. And then finally up to the Arkham vent. Make a dex check to grab the vent or something.
Please.
This is so good.
10. You just managed to put your fingers into the next vent and then sort of holding onto it, kick and figure out a rhythm to swim against this current. But you're at the vent behind Arkwood's office and the office is empty.
I don't know what I expected.
You could have used your inspiration for either of those. You wet naked boy.
Oh, give it a couple minutes to message Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
Are you there yet? Are you there yet? Are you there yet?
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah.
Is it empty?
Yeah.
Okay. It's empty, miss.
Okay. Tell him, does he want to make his way back?
Do you want us to come to you, or do you want to just let go and come through the open grate?
I'll wait and I'll come to you. Catch me.
You're able to reach in and grab Icarus and haul him out like a wet baby on the floor.
I've been born. Shake it off.
He's right.
Yeah.
Shark boy.
The water does slide off your skin. Your hair is sodden, but it's hot in here, and you figure you could just bask in that stretch of sunlight for a while, and hopefully your hair would dry.
God. Good God.
I'll just squeeze it out
Mhm.
into the water feature. Into the water feature. Get dressed. Can you put the grate back on?
Yeah, I'll put the grate back on.
Not
Okay.
too tight. We can do everything now.
Yeah, but tight enough so it looks normal.
Yeah, you get the grate back on. Everything's fine apart from a small puddle of water at the side of the grate. You go to Arkwood's office. The
Yeah.
door is locked.
I'll let you go.
Not for long, mate.
But as always, I won't make you roll a check because you've got the enchanted tools that won't break. So it's just a regular lock. You just pick and pick away until it opens.
Bam.
I'll let you guys know that the others are empty as well. Cool.
Apart from Royce chilling.
Yeah, and Royce is in the council office. Relief.
I wonder if he's heard anything by now.
Oh no.
No, not yet.
He's busy. He's a busy boy.
He's a good man.
He's got no idea that a speedy naked Triton just went past within 5 feet. Hey, Royce!
This is so funny to me.
It's that fear of that, no matter where you are, there's a duck with always watching you. It's that same fear, but with Triton always watching. Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're very carefully having a look so as not to leave
Sure.
sneaky tracks.
Yeah.
So the office itself, it's a bright, airy office space. There's a window above where the vent is, so the airflow is cool, and then there's a window out to the street. That's shuttered to keep it from getting too hot in here anyway. There's various plants inside, a trunk in one corner, a large desk in the center with nice chairs either side of it. As well as this, the room has beautiful murals of Erin on the wall, and behind, off to one side of the desk, is a portrait of Councillor Arkwood and his wife. Okay.
Okay. So, what exactly are we looking for?
Anything that ties them in with what's been going on,
Okay.
right?
So I guess documents, if anything.
Documents, letters, Let's just search his desk, see what he's got in this trunk.
Let's say each make an investigation roll.
Come on, Malora.
I got a nat 1. I'm looking at the painting like pretentious.
15.
I got a 9.
15, okay. You search for a good 10 minutes or so in here, just making sure you're being thorough. You turn up nothing unsavory, a bunch of very boring political papers, nothing in here to suggest that he's got any ties to piracy, to Kondu, to anything else that's been going on. Inside the trunk there's a couple of changes of clothing for different events that he might have to go to at the drop of a hat. And on the desk you find a magical item, a decanter of endless water.
Oh,
Smart.
And a nice glass.
Smart man.
Smart.
well, Toji did ask Arkud to go out and smoke as well, but he said no, that he wasn't going to, so I don't know if he was targeting Arkud and Ramos, or whether he knew that Arkud wouldn't go and smoke, I don't know.
So essentially we need to... Well, you could distract Royce and we could have a look
I
in
don't
his
know, I
temporary office.
I feel really weird about this.
But, I mean, it's perhaps... Royce asked you to snoop with him last night,
Well, yeah,
so I'm sure he has an opinion on what he overheard.
yeah.
Maybe you just want to discuss that.
If you want to do that, we can check out Leonidas' office.
Yeah?
Okay.
You can just sort of, go in and talk to him and maybe surreptitiously have a
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to talk to him about it last night.
Exactly.
I'm sure he feels even weirder about all this, so... Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
Be careful.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll again reverse lockpick the door.
Yep, you lock up Arkud's office, it looks untouched as you step out. So there is Hammond's, next one down, Leonidas' opposite corner. And obviously you're going to go and knock on the door of the councillor's office. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead, you guys.
Sure. Well, lockpick our way into Leonidas' office.
Okay. Once again, you find yourself in another airy and bright office. It looks exactly the same size and shape. There's a trunk in one corner, a large desk in the centre, and there's a portrait of Leonardo and his family. You recognise Ivan and a younger Alexis. In addition, there is a pretty but slightly harsh-featured hobgoblin woman, who you presume must be his wife, and an older hobgoblin boy who must be his other son, with longer hair and green eyes. He has quite a few bookshelves in here as well, with various books on them.
Yeah, just some snooping. Some
Okay.
general snooping.
Make an investigation check for the room.
13.
13.
Oh, it's great! So investigation, that's a 22.
Okay, I'll do Maze first. So, on the bookshelves, there are a number of history books about the War of the Three Crowns and the Irani Legions.
Mm-hmm.
You find a plaque in here celebrating his graduation from Delphos Academy, and a medal awarded to him by the city for his work, with a plaque on the medal display dated over 20 years ago.
Okay.
Icarus, you also find on the desk there's a gilded lockbox, like a small lockbox, a sort of gold decorated exterior, and an ashtray. And in the ashtray you can see burned remains of paper. Some of them with a few words still visible on them.
Anything of note on the words or?
Make an intelligence check.
16.
16. Okay, you pick out the ones that you can read still, and sort of jigsaw them together. It's not too hard, it looks like maybe a strip of the letter that didn't burn up properly. And you get sending your missing word after me is not going to restore missing word, the assembly.
The assembly?
So sending your blank after me is not going to restore
Blank, the assembly. You don't know whether there's more than one missing word in those spaces, but that looks like it should be what the sentence is.
There's nothing much on the shelves here.
There's a letter that's been burned here and a lockbox. I'm not sure if you can get it open. Sending your blank after me is not going to restore. It's missing letter again. The assembly.
The assembly?
You would both know they don't call the Council of Erin an assembly or anything like that.
Huh. That sounds different.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Before I attempt to open this lockbox, I just wanted to check if there's any kind of mechanism to it.
Or an arcane vibe.
Or an arcane vibe.
Make an investigation and a separate arcana check.
Investigation's nat 1.
Okay.
Arcana is 16.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be magic.
This is fine.
This is fine. Yeah, I'll open it.
Okay. Make a depth plus proficiency check.
11.
11. Okay. You pick the lock, it springs open, and this needle jabs 3 inches out of it into your hand.
Oh! That's long.
Don't like that.
You're going to take 12 points of poison damage. And can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
No.
I'll be poisoned.
12.
You're poisoned.
11 even.
Still poisoned.
Yeah.
Even more
Slightly
poisoned.
more. Bit more poisoned.
Conditions. What does that
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks for an hour.
Okay, that's not bad.
So the needle jabs out, you see Maze recoil.
Are you okay?
Son of a bitch. Of course he had that trapped.
You feel like kind of weak, but you're still on your feet.
And I guess I could... Does the needle retract or...
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to see that it was like dripping with poison or anything. But
You could tell on your finger there's probably like a coloured residue.
there's some kind of toxin in that.
Let me have a look. Want to just investigate your finger and cast Lesser Restoration to get rid of your poison?
Oh, thanks!
Thank God.
Nice.
Yeah,
How's that feel?
Yeah, that's better. It just really hurt.
Okay, but the lockbox is open.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It really is the episode of
As the title of this episode, what's in the box?
Inside, you see a number of letters that look hand-delivered. The envelopes open that are all addressed to Dad.
Oh.
I'm going to take a guess that it doesn't look like Alexis is writing.
Doesn't look like Alexa's handwriting there.
What's
Open one.
Yeah, what's the gist of these?
You just taking the one from the front?
I'll read the next one.
Cool. You open them up and you leaf through them. You see that from the first one, where it's got like the address neatly written out where Leonida could respond, he's held in the Desmaterion, which is the Erin prison, which is outside of Erin's city walls. Desmaterion literally translates to place of chains.
Oh.
The older Leonida boy is called Vasilios, and it slowly through the course of the letters you see him like pleading for his father to help him, slowly pleading that he's going to be moved from the Desmaterion to work on a galley at sea and he doesn't want to go. And over several letters he asks that his father please change his sentence, and he'd much rather be sentenced to exile. Please send him out of the city.
Ooh.
As you flick through them, and there's probably like 7 of them, in the latest and last letter, Vasilios' words read angry. He claims this is Kondu's fault, and also that Ivan is a bad father. That's the final correspondence.
There's
It's
no-
dated like a month ago.
There's no indication of what he did to get him in prison.
I'm going to take that letter.
Okay.
Chris,
What?
you know what it says. You
Yep.
need to... Okay. Gonna reverse lockpick it.
Yeah, when you push it down, it clicks shut immediately.
Okay, let's go head out to see if I can get my hair dry.
Yeah.
Pandora. You're knocking on the door?
I am.
Okay, no one voices talk.
And you hear, just a moment! And it gets up from the desk you hear inside, comes to the door, opens it, it's like, Pandora.
Like, not able to help herself, she throws her arms around his shoulders. I'm really glad to see you.
Are you okay? And he hugs you back, but he seems kind of concerned that something's wrong, like big wrong.
I was really worried that something had happened to you this morning. Can I talk to you? We've got a sec?
Yeah, sure, come on in.
Come in, close the door.
I don't know if you've heard about Galon's aid.
No?
When we were on our way here this morning, there was a blockade in the road, and the guard had shut the road off because they had found a body. We went to speak to them to see what was going on, and we were able to identify it. It was Galon's aid.
Damn. I'm sorry you had to see that, and I don't know what to say.
Well, I mean, at first they said it was a male elf, and I was really worried it was you. Like, probably selfish of me, but I was really relieved to see it wasn't. But you're okay.
I'm okay. I didn't know him well, but he was a nice guy.
No, I'm sure it's awful.
He just flops back in his chair.
I don't know if anyone's spoken to Katelyn about it yet.
No, I mean,
They went straight into the meeting.
yeah, they've been busy this morning.
I'm sure it's a big day.
We all just went home after the meal last night.
Yeah, that was weird last night.
Yeah.
Royce, did you know anything about this?
No, of course not.
I mean, it almost looked pretty angry. When
I mean, it's a big accusation.
It is, but surely if there was no founding in that accusation, he would have just brushed it off.
I know what you mean. But I haven't had a chance to speak to him about it yet.
No, I wouldn't have thought so, but
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry that you heard that.
no, I guess it was good to have heard it. And I know I said I wish you hadn't dragged me into this last night, but I'm glad you dragged me into this.
Good. You know, I knew you could handle it. So.
Yeah, it just makes everything so complicated. Cause, I mean, you're and Persephone's boss.
Yeah. Man, he's a good guy. I can vouch for him. He's a good person.
Like, I don't doubt that, but like, I suppose every government's a little bit corrupt. As casual as that sounds.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds casual, but we all know it's true.
Like, I just don't know if there's like something I should do about it, or any of us should do about it.
Pandora, what would be done about it?
I don't know.
If they're suggesting it's the whole city funding it, then it's the city funding it. It's not one corrupt person we could wheedle out.
No, I guess not. Is there anything you can tell me about the Delphos? Like, is he the kind of guy to keep secrets?
Secrets? I mean,
I know he's a politician, but
yeah, I mean, you answered that for yourself, didn't you? But
yeah, I guess. But you would trust him?
Yeah. I mean, he's like a father to me and your sister. He's a great person. Okay? He's loyal and hardworking, and I don't know, I'm inclined to think well of him.
I don't know, I guess I'm just at a bit of a stalemate as to that sort of moral side of me thinking I should do something about it, but also the fact that he is your boss.
Look, if anyone's gonna do anything about it, it's gonna be me.
Are you going to do anything about it?
I'm gonna ask him about it. He asked me to follow him, and I heard that. I'm not gonna just let it slide.
Yeah, like I'm sure he knows that you heard that.
Exactly. And if anything comes of that, if there's anything I feel needs to be followed up on, then I can tell you.
I'd appreciate it. I mean,
I'm more worried about what Lord told you threatening him.
yeah.
That's concerning. That's like... What about the allyship we have with Vishima, right?
No, exactly. And like, if it's going to make things difficult today in the meeting.
But Toju seems to be insisting he wanted things to go quickly.
Which seems weird. Like, they've come all this way.
Yeah, but they've left their island. What? Not unfended for, but...
Like, you'd think that if he wanted it done so quickly, he would just insist on it being done via correspondence.
Yeah. I don't know. Politicians, you can never get a read on them.
No.
Don't go into politics, Pandora.
That's what my dad wants for us.
Yeah, but you don't have to do everything your dad says.
I know. But I feel like I owe it to him. I guess we all do. I'm sure Seffi said stuff like that in the past.
Of course.
I guess there's no knowing how long this sort of thing's going to take.
No, I mean, I've sat out of meetings and in meetings before that have taken like 12 hours, so.
Oof. How do you do it?
Well, it's a job, isn't it?
I guess you get sort of paid to wait around.
Exactly. I mean, it's their time, not mine. I'm getting paid for them to talk. But how about you and your buddies, I don't know, nip outside into the Agora and enjoy yourselves, and I will message you when they come out.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that'd be nice, thank you.
just go enjoy yourselves. There's no point where you should sit around in this stuffy building and do nothing for hours.
Okay. It's good to see you, Royce.
And you.
Give him another hug.
Gives you a proper big hug, squeezy hug back now.
Yeah. He's like a big brother. Okay. Yeah, and let me know if anything comes of your talk with the Damos.
I will.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and give Safi my love if you see her before me.
I will. And I'll see you again soon anyway.
Yeah. I'll be there for your party.
For this conversation, just make a perception check to see if you can see anything obvious in the room.
Please.
13. You can see there's stacks of paperwork on the desk, but he's got it sort of splayed out. He's obviously been working really hard on official stuff. So there's nothing that's like, without you having the ability to like go through stuff thoroughly to read things, there's nothing you can see that looks particularly interesting or useful. You know, this isn't Adamos' main office. Your sister is working at the main office, so.
Do I do this?
Yeah. Don't know what it is, but yeah.
Okay, I don't know if he's gonna notice. As I leave, because you can summon and unsummon your familiar from a pocket dimension just in any space. I'm gonna summon Puck at the other end of the room as I'm leaving.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
Christ.
Or no, a sleight of hand check.
Oh god. Please. 12?
12. Okay. If he notices, you can't tell.
Okay. I will leave casually
Okay.
and try and get Puck as sort of surreptitiously as possible to try and see if he can overhead, like maybe like perched on like a portrait or a bookcase or
Have
something.
you summoned him as the same animal as normal?
Yeah. Like it takes another ritual to change him into something
okay.
else.
Cool.
So yeah, to see if he can see what's on the
Okay,
paperwork.
have Puck make a stealth check.
Come on, buddy. Ooh, 21!
21, okay. There's no like portraits in here the same way, but there is like a sort of decorative like rail around
Yeah.
the top that he can perch on.
Yeah, I'll see if he can like sit on there and see if he can see anything with his bird eyes.
Okay. Make a Puck perception check.
A Puck
Perception is that advantage because he is bird.
That is, yeah, it would be. Perception by sight.
Perception +3. Come on, buddy. Oh, 17.
17. Okay. You see that, like, what Royce is working on immediately in the front of the desk, nothing interesting. He's got, like, logistics, planning stuff, and some stuff about naval ships, and you see that he's genuinely just doing his job. At the side, you catch sight of, like, a list of names sticking out, or Puck catches sight of a list of names sticking out from under the other paperwork. You see the name Medea Kalali.
Okay.
You see the name Ivan Leonida.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the name Persephone de Rossi.
Is there anything else that I can see on this list? Like a heading or anything?
You can see that there's some sort of like stamp on the paper, but you can't tell what it is because there's another piece of paper on top of it.
Okay.
Some sort of circular stamp.
And like no having heard of Medea Kalali before?
Yeah.
Okay. And nothing else that I can see on that list particularly?
Yep.
Okay. Is there indication that there's other names underneath it that are just like covered with another
Yes.
piece of paper, or?
Yeah, because there's like paper splayed out. You
Yeah.
can just catch the top of that.
Don't like that. Okay, I will, I suppose, unsummon Puck from where he is
Cool.
and bring him back to me. I think that's a thing I can do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you can just snap him out of existence. So
And then bring him back.
That will snap him.
Yeah. No! We'll put him in his pocket dimension and then bring him back.
So you guys come out at about the same time as Pandora is like unsummoning Puck.
Okay, first off, Royce says that he will let us know when the meeting's over if we want to go out for a bit. So we don't need to just stay here if there's if there's nothing else you want to do.
I kind of want to see what's going on in the meeting.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like, that's an option if we wanted to go elsewhere.
That's good. So there's still the other office for Hammond that we haven't looked in. Found some letters from Alex's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
The one who's in prison?
Yeah. Begging his dad to exile him rather than have him in prison because he's going to be sent to work on a galley.
So this is
Wow.
Conti's fault.
Yeah.
Well, for someone to want to be exiled rather than have the sentence they already have, that's a big deal. Poor guy.
Condu though, why is he involved?
I wonder what he did.
I don't know. I think we should probably talk to Alexis again.
Maybe that's why I had a reaction to the Leonida name.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Royce seems to trust his boss and is going to talk to him about it with the whole piracy thing.
Okay.
But a little more uncomfortably, I saw through Puck my sister's name on a list.
What kind of list?
I'm not sure, there was like a circular stamp, and on there was also Ivan Leonida's name, and someone called Medea Kalali. I don't know if either of you know that name.
No.
No. It could just be an invitation to something,
I
like
guess.
a guest list.
I mean, if you want to try and get him out of that room, we can go take a quick peek.
Maybe not immediately because I've just been in.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, shall I go back in the vent?
Yes, please.
And what?
Listen to them.
Okay.
Listen in.
How long has it been?
Now probably like closing in on 45 minutes.
Okay.
I'll take my clothes.
Yes.
And just close the grate up, I guess, this time?
Mm-hmm.
Not too tight.
Yeah, we'll get you out.
We'll look around, make sure no one is around.
Yep.
And then do that.
I'll keep messaging you now and then, like, just in case you need help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you slide back into the vent. take your slip and slide around to the back, and then catch onto the vent to listen into the actual auditorium.
Yep.
You overhear Adamos discussing the offer that Erin are willing to make to provide Vishima with the food that they need. Make a general perception check to see how many details you hear.
16.
16, okay. You hear that Erin are willing to offer like 20% of their produce each season to Vishima. And Toju, you hear trying to negotiate out to 25%. At this point, Michio speaks up and offers at least 500 labourers for Erin's agricultural industry in return. And Toju immediately gets defensive over this offer. He asks if they can adjourn the meeting for a few minutes so he can speak to his fellow lord privately. And just to your luck, they start heading down towards your end of the room. You hear Toju saying, I just don't think we should be bargaining the livelihoods of the Vishima people and sending them away from our home to a foreign land. Michio just said, come now, Ito, it's not as if none of our citizens leave of their own free will anyway. Look at young maids, they're thriving here, they're doing wonderfully. And we'd only be offering it to those who wanted to. What would you have us offer instead? Down the end of the room, you also hear Sato say something to Miko, or rather see him say something to Miko. And then Miko sort of speak up. Lord Sato proposes we simply exchange gold for the food. We need not let anyone leave our island.
You'll never leave.
Toju from where he stood. See, a far better solution, and a quick one. We need to leave in the morning after all. And Michio just like, what's the rush to get back? You notice Sato and Toju glance at each other. Not like intentionally, but they both happen to do it at the same time. And Toju just stiffen up slightly. We should not leave our citizens without our guidance any longer. From there, one of the Erin councillors, Galen, speaks up and starts debating, okay, if it was going to be gold, how much was it going to be? And they sort of rejoin the main discussion. And you can see that it becomes a back and forth, and the councillors start to bicker amongst themselves. The lords start to bicker amongst themselves as Michio is like, we produce people more than we produce gold, sort of like, there's so many people on our island that solves the problem halfway if some of them want to leave and join the mainland. And you can see that it's going to go on like this for quite some time.
Cool, I will let go of the grate then and just have a nice little trip around again.
Okay, as you slide on past Adamos's like situ office.
I want to take a peek. I want to like give myself a stop and peeky.
Okay, you see Roy's getting up from the desk and tidying up the papers.
Package.
He tucks them all neatly away. You can't see exactly what's going where or anything, but you slide all the way around. You go back under the road again.
The slide.
And you pass Hammond's office again.
Are they in there?
No, they are not in there.
I meant these two.
Oh, you didn't tell them to go in there.
Oh, never mind.
We need to keep watch, make sure no one.
Yeah, okay.
And then you come back around to the
out.
grate. He gets birthed out of the grate a second time.
It was a swimming task.
Get stressed.
It is not subtle in there, glowering you.
Well,
At least let me put my clothes on.
At this exact moment,
Oh god.
the door opens and Royce comes out of the office that he was in. What are the three of you doing?
Standing in front of papers.
Taking my Katelyn from you, turning you around to face Royce, and I just.
Okay. If he notices, he doesn't say anything. You see,
Well, bro.
he looks at you, Pandora, raises an eyebrow, waves, and leaves the building. Like carrying a bunch of papers and heading out.
Sweats. So he leaves the council building.
Yes, he looks like he's going to deliver papers elsewhere.
Did he
What a
lock?
fucking liar.
Did he lock the door?
You didn't see him lock the door, no.
What a fucking lie though. I'll wait here and tell you when they're out. Leaves.
He probably figures they're going to be going for ages.
He can hear some of the arguing in his vent, and he's like,
I kind of want to see what's on that list. If it's still there.
I mean, he just put everything away. I kind of spotted it as I went past.
Well, I mean, like, that list looked like it wasn't necessarily part of his papers.
I mean, yeah, you want to go have a look? I'm going to stay out here though and dry off.
Yeah, can you keep watch for me?
Yeah.
I'll run to the office to try and take a quick look.
Yep, you find the door unlocked. You head inside. Make an investigation check.
Please.
please.
Please. 14.
14. You search through the papers. You're trying to be thorough and quick at the same time. It's definitely gone.
Okay. Is there anything else like in the drawers? Or anything over Delphos's?
You don't find anything
Okay.
that is of interest to you in this room.
Okay. I'll quickly leave, like trying to put everything back where I found it and all that. I will leave.
Like, you're confident that that was taken.
Okay.
Yeah, like, because you look through the drawers, you can't find anywhere the papers would be hidden.
Yeah.
He took that with him.
Okay.
So, Erin are willing to offer 20% of food that's produced on here. But Toji wanted to like try and bargain them up to 25%.
Okay, but how are they acting?
So, Michio is offering people, like workers that want to come over and leave the island and come work here. And that kind of caused a lot of tension between him and Toju. Him and Toju came and spoke into the grate. I was like, which is great. It was really irate and talking about like don't park in our livelihoods or people's livelihoods. Then Lord Sato proposed gold through Creepy guy, Miko. Toju and Sato kind of looked at each other, they didn't mean to, but they were like, just a glance that was like made Toju like, oh, become really like.
He is terrified of him.
Yeah.
That's what Jira said.
So whatever, I don't know, there's something going on here. The possibility of them staying longer than tomorrow was brought up, and that's when they looked at each other and it kind of got uncomfortable, yeah. But yeah, Michio thinks people should be allowed to leave the island because you as the example, were thriving out here, but everyone, like Toju, and I'm assuming Sato, think that people should stay on the islands. And no one leaves.
Did you make that up?
Yeah.
Thanks. I'll rejoin these two.
Okay.
It's gone.
Maybe ask him about it.
Maybe.
I'll relay exactly
Yeah.
what I just told Mace to you.
So, at the sound of it, whatever weird thing Sato and Miko have going on, Toju knows about it?
I guess.
Toju knows that there's something bad.
Yeah. They said unleash.
Yeah, and I guess from what we saw this morning, is nervous that the longer they stay, the more people will die.
Yeah, I guess he was really shaken up when we arrived here. So he just wants to get out of here as soon as possible.
Gods.
Well, there's not much more we can do here unless you want to check out Hammond's office as well. But I don't know what he's got to do with anything. But, cover all bases.
Cover all
Might
bases.
as well have the full set at this point.
Yeah.
Why not? In for silver, in for gold.
Yeah.
You head on into Hammond's office, unlock it, find a similar looking room. The portrait this time is of the non-Binator that you saw at the mall.
Hey!
That is
Binator at the mall?
the non-Binator at the mall. That particular councillor is Councillor Hammond.
Oh.
Searching this room, you once again turn up nothing particularly unsavoury. Inside the trunk there's changes of clothes and some ceremonial armour. And there's also an antiquated cone-shaped hat adorned with celestial sigils and a wide brim.
Wizard hat!
Wow.
It looks dusty and unloved. Sort of forgotten at the bottom of this trunk.
Oh, this is so sad. This hat deserves more.
Really does, doesn't it?
Put it on!
Just for a second.
You look really cute.
I'm a wizard. Get it? Ta-da!
So cute.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back now.
Pandora, when you put it on,
Oh, no.
you feel like a thrum of magic that you're not used to feeling. It's like it's calling to you.
Oh, tingly.
Oh, hello.
Gives you ASMR.
It gives me the tingles.
That you only recognize that sensation as the same sensation you feel when you're casting through your crystal.
Ooh, hello. This feels kind of good.
I mean, it suits you.
You're not stealing the counselor's
I
hat.
feel really weird.
He doesn't wear it.
I think you would notice if it was gone.
Yeah, I think you would.
I don't know.
Icarus.
Okay, he looks good.
Icarus.
Yeah.
We're not thieves.
No, I know, but
No, as in like I don't have anything that could like make a fake one that could go in its place. Like,
Y'all
see one
wizard hat and are just like, we're thieves now. I stole from the councilman because he had a nice hat. They had a nice hat.
it feels nice.
you're outvoted right now.
Can I try like casting a little spell? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll cast message at Maze.
As you go, messenger cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you go to cast it, you are able to. You get the feeling that if you spent some more time with this hat, you might be able to cast other spells that you don't know.
I'm on your side here. Take the hat.
Oh god!
Take the hat.
Look, it's stealing from a politician!
Yeah, but the politicians steal from everyone.
Does that balance out the universe?
Yeah. It's a cool hat.
Just because Pandora steals one hat doesn't mean the government's gonna get fixed.
It doesn't mean that the government are gonna come down on us either. Take the hat.
I'm gonna stop it in my bag! Gonna put everything else back on top of it so it's just like no one knows that it was gone.
It's just this beautiful wizard hat with all these beautiful celestial sigils all over it. Nice like burnt orange ribbon around the brim.
No!
And now it's in your bag.
I feel like a criminal.
What would your father say, Pandora?
Oh god!
You stop it. She's allowed the nice hat.
You hear talking coming into like the long hallway that enters this building, and you realise you have to get out of this room very fast.
Heck.
Yeah, we will quickly
let's do that.
swoop out.
You swoop out, Maze, you're quickly able to like behind your back, just lock it up, and then like sit on one of the benches like do 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 do, nothing going on.
Who's gonna?
Who is it?
You just see a Minotaur coming back.
Oh, I forgot about the hat in my trunk. My favorite hat. I love the authentic dusty looking hats.
I can't do any meeting without it.
If I don't wear this hat once a day, I'll die.
They glance at you, sort of give you a nod, and unlock their office and go inside.
Don't look at the truck, don't look at the truck!
They go in there, they're in there for a minute or two, come back out with some scrolls and leave again. With their aid.
Fuck. Morning.
Minotaur doing that.
But like cow.
But cow. Okay.
I'll just go sit in the sun and dry out a little bit.
Yeah. You're able to take your time. You end up sitting there for another 3 hours.
Go to brunch.
I'm gonna take a short rest and get some of my
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take a short rest.
Does Royce come back?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Because they're just like, yeah, I'll tell you when they're done. Just leaves.
Yeah,
Doesn't
he's-
come back.
He's gone for about an hour, but he comes back and you can see that he's like come back with his own lunch. He's like, hi, and just goes back into the office and keeps working.
We can probably go get lunch if he's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, you can get lunch, you can have a short rest.
You're gonna tune to the hat.
Cool. I'm actually full hit
Tune
points.
to the hat.
You're going to attune to the hat.
When we're far away from the council building,
You can go out, sit in the sun,
Have some lunch.
open this beautiful wide-brimmed hat.
we'll attune to the hat.
It grows little holes.
Yeah, it's got this little horns because it's a Minotaur and yours fit through it perfectly. And you have attuned easily to your Hat of Wizardry.
Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is.
Oh my god!
As you attune to it, you understand you can use the hat as your spellcasting focus if you want to.
Ooh!
On top of that, you can try and cast cantrips that you don't know. You can do this once a day. You must succeed a DC 10 Arcana check. If the check succeeds, you can cast any cantrip that you want to, as long as it's on the wizard spell list. Yeah.
Holy shit!
So once a day, you can cast a cantrip you don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I need to be wearing it like all the time for it to work? Like if I take it off, do I have to reattune?
No.
Cool.
No.
Because I don't want to just be wearing this hat all the time when the Minotaur's about. Nice hat, I have one of those.
You spend the
Never
rest of
wear
your
it.
life rolling stealth checks.
Oh, that reminds me. I should get my hat out.
The hat friends. Wear some wizard hat with a paper bag over it. Hat of wizardry! It's again the same thing I brought up earlier of that fear that there's a goose nearby.
There's a Minotaur.
There's a non-Minotaur at all times. Okay.
God.
True to the hat of wizardry. Jesus Christ. That's so cool.
Right?
What? That's a real item? I'm so happy. That you've got like Angel Maze and Devil Icarus on your shoulders. Like, take the hat!
Don't take the hat.
Take the hat!
No. While we're chilling and like I'm getting my hit points back, I'm gonna just like take out the little symbol of Kalor that I found last night and kind of turn it over in my hands. I'm gonna think about things.
What do you think about things?
I'm gonna think about everything that's going on. Think about how nice Michio is. Think about farming. Just like offer a little prayer to Pelor to be like, hey, we don't talk much, but I appreciate you.
Solid.
Yeah. Yeah, Maze is having a little bit of a religious turn because everything's a lot right now.
Just roll a d20.
Ooh.
15?
15. You feel a warmth in your chest when you spend some time with this thing and like pour your focus into thinking about it and like sort of reaching out. You feel a warmth in your chest that feels like sunlight on your skin, but like inside.
Pelor's a bro.
Pelor is a bro.
When you get back to the council building and the meeting ends some 4 hours after it started, you see Toju obviously comes out in a bad mood. Sato looks almost as stoic as usual, but you feel almost slightly entertained. Michio also looks slightly grouchy, but he immediately lightens up at the sight of the three of you. Yeah, he asks if you can go to the water gardens. He needs a chance to relax and clear his mind after such a frustrating meeting, and explains they haven't reached a conclusion yet.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And yes, of course, we can go straight away.
Good, that would be a relief. I just need to be outside in nature somewhere.
Well, the water gardens is perfect for that.
And it's a lovely sunny day.
It is, let's enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
We will take them to the water gardens.
You head across Erin by carriage once again to the Irani water gardens. You enter here through a beautiful courtyard of red tiles, sandy columns and archways, through a rectangular building with open balconies along the top, channel of water through the centre of it that flows all the way into the gardens beyond. The gardens are like a tiered expanse of lush greenery, beautiful water features and fountains, statues spewing water from the pursed lips of carved nymphs and satyr girls, to stones carved into the shape of pots, pouring a constant flow between them, a decorative colonnade that's been enchanted with a waterfall effect, the sound of rushing water all around you just bringing this sense of peace, regardless of everything else that's been going on. Being here in this like dip in the city full of greenery and water, it's just like taking a deep breath at long last. There's other features, more natural ponds filled with huge goldfish, lily pads. The greenery is extremely uncommon for Erin, as you know. This place is full of exotic plants from all over the continent. They're carefully planted to make walkways, and there's benches amongst them, places to sit. You can see life-size marble statues of a winged horse and a winged bull. To each end of the garden is a small area for refreshments, and the lords sort of take to walking around by themselves and with their aides sort of just exploring this as a nice relaxing place to unwind where they don't have to have conversation with anyone. Right in the centre there's a shrine to the goddess Malora. The plant life here, you realise, seems to bloom far more beautifully than anywhere else in this garden. Like an array of exotic, colourful flowers. The lords are taking a stroll around. Is there anything that you're doing? It's going to be quite an easy afternoon, you get the impression. Nobody's really up for a debate at this point, but is there anything you'd like to do?
Just keep an eye on Miko in particular, but I guess they're not really talking. You can just enjoy the gardens.
You can.
Do you want to speak to Jira at all while we're here?
No, I want to save that for when we can be like, actually, I'll ask him about that now. See if I can, like, pull Jira to one side.
Yeah, you head on over, and when Michio sees you coming, it's like, go on, Jiro, go talk to your friend, and like sort of just dismisses him to spend some time with you, and then walks up and joins Toju and Sho so that he's still guarded. Jiro's like, hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good. Long day so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was everything in the meeting?
It was intense. Boring.
I can imagine. Not to cut straight to the point, but I asked if you could do something for me earlier.
Yeah.
When we get back after this, do you mind just distracting Miko for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
There's just something a little bit off about him that I can't quite place my finger on.
You think?
Yeah, but I don't know, you know how my sword went missing last night?
Yeah.
He's been watching me a lot, and I don't want to point any fingers without knowing a bit more, but if he's taking my sword, I kind of want to find it.
You gotta see if it's in his room or something. Well, okay, I can distract.
Thank you. I know it's a really wild thing to jump to, but it's the only person I can think of close to us right now who would do something like that.
It's fine. It's a little more extreme than the mischief I used to drag you into, but...
Yeah. No one's made me go into a ghost house since I've been to Erin.
You're missing out.
Well, how many ghost houses have you been to since we were kids?
It's true. Yeah, I told you I stay away from the woods now and mostly away from that superstitious stuff.
Smart.
Sure, well, you want me to do it as soon as we get back?
Give it, like, maybe 5-10 minutes and then...
Yeah.
Yeah, just, I guess, make sure to lead him past our room so that we know when you're doing it.
Sure.
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like nudging on the shoulder. So, there's no hard feelings about anything, right?
Yeah?
Good. Whatever people say back home, it's not our life, so.
Nudges you back. It's way too hot to be wearing this clothing.
Me and my, like, Irani armor, like,
I'm gonna go sit in the shade.
Cool. See you later.
Hopefully it will be.
This guy.
Hey, this guy, my friend.
If you're just relaxing at the water gardens,
Vibing with the water.
nothing else significant seems to happen. Everyone seems to be just needing the unwinding time after this morning.
Valid.
And so, before it gets dark, you all clamber back into the carriages and head back to the villa. You get inside. Jiro catches your eye and gives you a slight nod of the head. You head down to your room and wait for him.
Cool. I'll obviously tell these guys that when we hear them going past, that's when we need to go. Have a look.
Cop it off, lads.
And after about 15 minutes, you hear Jiro making quite a show of being like, oh yeah, I just wanted to check down here, you know, after something going missing, I just wanted to check down on security breaches, and like leading Miko down. And you hear them disappear further down the corridor. You know there's not too much more to it, but you hear a door open and close. He's got him distracted.
Quick sneaking.
Yeah, you sneak out, you head back around. As you get to the Lord's side of the building, make me a stealth check.
22.
You could be choosing to actively not wear your armor if you...
I can use my inspiration. Because it would mean I can still wear my armor.
Yeah?
Because I need to roll at disadvantage.
Doesn't inspiration only last for a certain amount of time?
Does it?
Bardic inspiration does.
God inspired.
God inspiration lasts until you want to use it.
So if I use my inspiration, then that would cancel out the disadvantage?
No,
No.
you just get to add a d8 to your roll.
No, I clicked on it. Inspiration is a roll with advantage.
Oh, that must be God
From the
inspiration.
DM.
Cool,
Okay.
yeah, you can just roll straight rolling.
That was a dirty 20 for me.
16.
22 I had.
Oh, you're fine then. Yeah, the three of you sneak around that side. There's no one in the hallway. You move down, and let's say you pre-agreed with Jiro that he would like make sure the door to the room that is Miko's is slightly open, or he told you which one it is.
Yeah, so we know where to go.
And you're able to slip in there. You see another room, basically identical to the ones that you've been staying in. It's very neatly put together, like military sort of neat bed made, sheets tucked in under the sides, and there are a few more trunks in here. And that sort of stagnant smell you're now associating with like meat covered by herbs. You do notice immediately, without having to investigate, that the curtains have been folded to try and hide where they've been shredded a little bit. Anything more than that, maybe an investigation check.
11.
6.
18.
And God.
18. Okay. 6. You find some more pouches of herbs. Miko seems to have tucked these everywhere. Under the pillow, you find some pouches of herbs. On the windowsill.
Pouches of herbs. Herbs out the wazoo.
You also notice, because it's really quite obvious when you check the windowsill, there are some like claw marks. Like something has climbed through this window. Outside the window, Icarus, you also spot Pandora.
Yeah, I got 11.
Outside the window, you also spot some upturned earth, Pandora, where something has moved through the flower bed towards like the water feature. Icarus, you see these two looking around the room and go straight for the luggage instead. And you get the luggage open. It's not got a complicated lock that needs picking. You just have to like fiddle with it and get it open. And inside the first trunk, you see what is clearly the remains of a limb. The stench just like hits you in the face. It's like what looks like meat on a bone, but you can imagine that's got to be a calf muscle without the foot.
Okay.
It looks quite surgically removed. Not by a doctor, but not torn off or not chewed off by an animal.
And not just like hacked.
Not just hacked. Make a medicine check whilst looking at it.
All this time I spent in the blooming being a nurse.
Remember to do guidance on yourself.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay, you can still see that there are like some serrated marks at the end of it.
Okay.
That's just one of the trunks. Are you pointing this out, or are you just moving on?
There is a limb in here. Looks like it used to be a leg.
Ew.
Oh.
Like human leg?
Does look like it.
Yeah.
The smell is pretty rancid, filling this room now.
Move to the next.
Some
Close the lid on that one.
Just gonna put a lid on that for now.
Something big jumped out the window here.
Move through the next trunks, and eventually you rolled 18, didn't you? Eventually you find a journal. You find a golden dinner plate with some sort of runes on the outside, like around the rim of it, and a set of golden cutlery with a very serrated, like pointed knife and a 2-pronged fork.
Serrated like it would match the limb?
Very much so. The runes, Pandora, without checking, you can tell that they're transmutation runes.
These are transmutation runes.
So that would what?
Turn one thing into something else.
The knife that's with them, with this plate, matches the slices on the limb that was in the...
He's eating it.
Yeah. What's he turning it into, though?
I don't know. What does
Pandora, make an Arcana check.
That's 20.
You take a closer look at the runes. They are real runes. They're not strung together in a sensical way. Like, not in a way that creates any sort of spell that you know of.
Huh.
It's more aesthetic.
Yeah, like it doesn't create a spell or anything. It's just... It's like he's just stamped the word transmutation over and over on the plate.
Question about the claw marks.
Yeah.
2 sets?
Yeah.
Huh.
As in something's put, like, front 2 legs or hands down and, like,
Okay.
moved through the window.
Could be legs.
Okay, is there anything else then?
I noted a journal that you
Oh
found.
yeah, the journal. I'd like to go through the journal.
So you open up the journal and you flick through the pages quickly, and all of the writing is nonsensical in this language you don't understand. But you flick to the back, and there is like a list of numbers, and the numbers are just numerical. He seems to have marked off 99, and there's like 100 at the bottom with a box not yet marked off and like circled.
Is it?
I'll show you the numbers.
Okay, this is very methodical.
Sorry, but the rest of it's kind of, I don't know. But if I spend a night, I can read this in the morning.
Do you think if you take it, like looking at this, is it like well filled out, this thing?
Yes.
Like, he's gonna notice this is gone.
Especially if he seems to be counting down to something.
Yeah.
Like, what is he counting? Days or people?
But I had something stolen last night.
I guess.
But if he was the one that stole it, then...
Then he's gonna know.
But then he would have to out himself to point that out.
Even if you take maybe a page.
Yeah.
All 3 of you notice the door connecting the rooms, because they have doors in here as well, creak open slightly.
It's not dead.
Nothing else happens. It doesn't push any further open. It's not at an angle where it could, like, where you could see from the other side and see you.
Is the window open in this room because they were looking out of it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna gesture to both of you and just window.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you taking a page of the journal? Or the journal?
Can't tear a page out of this one, man.
Take the journal.
I take the journal.
Okay.
Oh god.
And climb out the window.
Yep.
You climb out the window.
Make our way back to our rooms. Round to the outside.
You have to traipse around carefully around the flower beds.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, there's no one in the windows as you pass back to the main doors.
Even if there were, I guess we would just be acting like we were patrolling as well.
Yeah. I guess.
You make your way back to your room.
That was really creepy.
That was really intense.
Yeah.
So, he's counting down to something. And he's very nearly finished whatever it is he's doing.
Well, okay. The alarming question of that, 100 was the one that wasn't marked, right?
Yep.
Was today 99 or is today 100?
I don't know, like, just indicate something is gonna happen really soon.
Yeah.
And transmutation on the knife and fork and the plate.
But not
And-
the...
Human flesh and... Like, is he trying to turn the flesh into something?
Or something into flesh?
Or is he trying to turn into something?
But if he is some sort of creature, then he kind of already does that.
I don't know.
I don't know, this
This is really weird. Like, do we show Jiro any of this?
I don't know if he would know anything.
I mean, it's been years since you guys have been in touch. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I know he's superstitious and all, but if I just go up to him asking about acts of cannibalism, it's gonna raise some questions. And anyway, he's still distracting Miko at the moment as far as we know.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you're doing before the evening?
Getting all dressed up fancy for the...
Yeah. You've got your fancy black pallors with the coloured trims and the colour of your houses that you were given by the school. You do your hair up nice. You get ready to go to the music hall.
Polish my armor up real nice. Polish my sword and my shield just for aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm gonna take real good care of Michio's sword that you lend me.
It's a beautiful sword.
Jade Rabbit sword.
Jade Rabbits! Grandpapa, I love your sword very much, but this is beautiful.
The evening rolls around. As it does, the group gathers once again, the 9 of you, in like the lobby area of this villa. And you make your way down to the Erin docks once more. This time you bypass the harbour itself, and you take a slow, leisurely stroll along the seawall. The lords themselves turn many heads in their formal dress that stands out from the clear style of Erin, with their armed guards flanking them, and the 3 of you in your fancy pallors with your armour and your weaponry. Sort of just get the attention of the common folk dwelling down at the docks. As you approach your final venue for the Lord's tour of Erin, you stroll through the sights and smells of the coastal night market around the entrance. Hanging lanterns illuminate the path, glinting off wares, the smell of street food in the air. Light from the coloured lanterns bounces off the sandstone walls of the city and the choppy waters of the bay, while dozens of sellers peddle their crafts and their wares in a similar scene to that of the Agora, a nearby bard reading out a playful poem to anyone who cares to listen. Michio slows the group as you go, stopping to buy a couple of trinkets at the market as he goes, which he tells you while he's walking are for his nephew back home in Vishima.
Getting little Erin keychains.
The music hall itself is across a rope bridge from the seawall into the inside of a huge cave mouth in the cliffside. You're met at the end of the bridge on the Erin side by a member of staff from the hall, who greets your group and guides you across the bridge to the cave. Though your eyes had previously strained in the dim light of the starry night outside, you are met by a stone pathway lined with flickering glass lanterns. The flames inside dance on the damp walls of the cavernous path. The acoustics of the subterranean walkway amplify the murmuring of other patrons walking in ahead of you, the sound reverberating and heightening, tricking the ear to assume there are far more people in here than you can actually see around. As you walk through, you are guided sort of as a group with some of the other patrons down towards the main cavern where you'll be listening to the music tonight, and given something of a tour with the staff of the music hall sort of talking through the area. You pass 1 or 2 smaller walkways as you progress, like offshoots of the main cave tunnel, and these are roped off with plush velvet ropes. The staff member explains that these routes are dangerously steep and off limits, as the slabs of stone underfoot are often loosened by the trickle of water coming through the rock, condensation from the walls. The path is like slippery, dangerous, sometimes crumbling away. As you're given the tour, you notice Sho cozying up a little bit to Sato's side. And in moments that the two are slightly separated, you all catch some knowing looks between them that seem to back up the idea you have that there's something going on there. A few minutes of echoing footsteps down this main pathway reward you with the resplendent sight of the cavern that the Ianthian caves are famous for. It's a vast echoing hall, perhaps 120 feet in each direction, a ceiling 60 foot high, its interior evidently hollowed out through hundreds of years of water erosion into the rock underneath the Erin Hills. You imagine that the villa that you've been staying is somewhere high above you right now. A raised stage stands at one end, with chairs set for perhaps 30 musicians. Water drips faintly from the stalactites clinging to the ceiling. More chairs stand in rows facing the stage, waiting to be filled by the eager patrons. The majority of the floor is extravagantly carpeted in red, although you think perhaps this might be to differentiate between that solid ground and pools of water dotted around the space, which are not quite perfectly still with all the people walking through here, but incredibly reflective to the point it looks like the floor has holes going down through it, when actually it's just reflecting the ceiling. Along with the pools of water, this natural structure seems perfectly suited to further enhance echoing vibrations, and the discussions in here fill the hall like the acoustics are beautiful as the sound bounces off the rock. In the large forming crowd, the Lords of Vishima are singled out by the staff members and led dutifully to the front row, where they're seated right in front of the stage. In moments, the three of you are separated from them, and you're seated several rows back. You can tell from the other patrons being seated near them that those are the best seats in the house, reserved for the wealthiest patrons. The seats beside you are empty, presumably for the honor guards. Once they're seated, they haven't caught up with you yet. You have a good few minutes before the performance starts, as more people crowd into the room, fill seats. Is there anything you're doing?
Just lean into these guys and say, what do you think we should do with this?
I don't know.
You don't want to start a political uprising?
I don't want to start a political uprising. If suspicions are correct and Toju knows about it, telling him's not going to do anything.
No, I guess not.
We can go to Michio, but I'm not sure what it's going to do.
Yeah.
I guess we just be on our guard.
Yeah, I mean, they're leaving tomorrow. Do we try and confront Miko before, or?
I don't know if they are.
Michio wants to stay.
I know.
And they didn't come to any kind of agreement today.
So
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be here longer.
Yeah, they mentioned that the talks are gonna have to continue. You okay, Mace?
I'm just stressed.
I know. It's been a stressful visit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we can just be on our guard.
Yeah. And let's just enjoy the evening.
I just feel kind of helpless.
Yeah.
As it gets closer to the performance, you note strangely the seats next to you are still empty. And then as more people are sat down and you see musicians like starting to move to the stage and set up, Jiro coming across the room to find you.
Mm-hmm.
He looks a little frantic.
Okay.
He's like, here you are. Don't say anything to the Lords. We need to sort this out quickly. Something's happening.
Is everything okay?
I saw Miko go down one of the side tunnels
Okay.
that were roped off. And why would he?
Come, show us the way,
Yeah.
come on.
Okay. So you stand up from your seats again,
Yeah, we'll surreptitiously slip away.
slip away. You do notice that Michio and Toju are both there in their seats at the front. Sato isn't sat. You can't see where he is, but there's quite a few people around.
Did we see him sat previously?
You saw him when they were being led to the seats, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You head back down through the tunnel. You manage to, the four of you, look like you're meant to be there.
Mhm.
You're all armed, and so the attendants sort of look but don't stop you. You wait for a moment when a group of people passes and there's no one watching, and you slip under the rope and he leads you down. It's quite a slippy and dangerous path. Can everybody make me a dex check?
Maybe.
13.
14.
15.
You're all fine. Hands on the wall, stepping down, bits of the path underneath you crumbling. You get to a point where it's obviously collapsed a little bit and you have to climb down. And Jiro's just like, he definitely went this way, and if he's not here, he's got to be deeper in.
Do I believe Jiro?
Make an insight check.
17.
17. Yeah. Okay. He looks sort of. He's had this stoic look on his face that most of the time we've been here, and now he looks frantic.
Okay.
Miko has gone to a lot of trouble to come down this way.
Yeah.
Anyone else see that Sato's gone?
Yeah, I noticed that.
You get further down, and the thin, broken, slippy path opens out into another cavern. It's deeper and not as big as the music hall cavern, but it's pretty big. There's a number of it looks much older, a number of huge stalagmites like sticking out of the ground here, sort of blocking off your view of the far end. But you can hear the voices speaking in that language that you don't understand down the far end. Jiro turns to you and is like, shh, let's be quiet. Can everybody make me a stealth check?
Oh god. I will cast Mage Armor on myself, or would have done just as we were coming down.
Okay.
Oh god. 5. 9.
28.
The group of you moves slowly forwards. Icarus, your armor makes a little noise, but you hug your arms around yourself in the way you're very used to doing now. Pandora, your foot hits a small rock and sends it rolling away, but you pause and there's no break in the voices. You creep up to one of the larger stalagmites and you flatten yourselves against it. Maze first, Icarus and Pandora sandwiched between Maze and Jiro against the rock and sort of try and peer out around it. You hear this language passing back and forth, and when you glance around, you first see a glint of gold from Miko's gold hand, and then you see this looming creature. It's exactly the same form that you saw in the trunk room last night. Larger than a human, much wider. It's got bluish skin and huge protruding lower teeth that stick out from its almost bulbous jawline. And these massive horns sticking back from its head that seem to shine in the slight light of a few lanterns that are around. The eyes, they're looking around the room and you can see that they're dark with shining white pupils and this long wild hair coming off the back of the head.
This doing anything for me or my ghost?
This is, you can feel Daichi just thrumming in panic, and you can feel the panic that's not your own, and also a slight rising of panic that is your own. As this flashes back into your mind, you can see yourself standing around a campfire, staring into the woods and seeing this creature circling the trees where the others are standing. It's wearing clothes, large clothes made for it. Miko is still holding that glaive, and they're communicating in this language. They're like that for a moment, and then the creature turns and looks up at you, exactly where you're stood, and says, "Come on out. I know you're there."
On her out.
I'm out.
Take a step forward.
As you step forward, you can see a body laying on the ground between them. It's Jiro. You glance back over your shoulder. Jiro's not with you. The creature grins, a wicked grin with these giant teeth, its white eyes fixed on you. Come a little closer. It's time I deal with you once and for all, Hasegawa.
What do you want from me?
I want you to die. Behind him, you see Miko clutching the glaive, shaking slightly. He says, in common, "Please, Lord Sato, let me help." You see the creature turn its head around furiously. He goes, "Please," points towards Jiro on the floor. "Let me eat him, let me begin my transformation, and I can help you kill them." Immediately, the creature, this ogreous creature, you realize it must be Lord Sato, turns on Miko, fury taking over its features. It grabs him by the throat, lifts him into the air, and you see Miko struggling, hand at his side, drops the glaive onto the ground. And he says, through this strained suffocating, "But I was going to become like you. I was going to transform." From the ogreish creature, "You were too much of a fool. As if I was ever going to give you that power." From Miko, "I cut off my hand for you. I ate it." You see the creature just crush Miko's throat and hurl the body against a rock. As he does so, all three of you see another shape with a weapon creeping around the other side. Sho locks eyes with you and is like, "Shh, shh." Then she steps forward towards Sato, opens her mouth, and when she speaks, it's in the language you don't understand. She takes her weapon off her back and unwraps the second glaive. You see Sato, the Oni, reach down and pick up the first one, and the two of them turn to you. I would like you to roll initiative. 25 to 20.
22.
22. 19 to 15.
19.
17.
Ooh. As you ready your weapons, you hear the music start from the music hall, echoing through the chambers. Okay. Sho, as she steps forward, seems to just shed this Air Genasi disguise, and you see her turning into another one of these ogreish creatures. 2 of them! Same features, slightly more feminine, but the glaive grows to fit with her new size, and she says, pointing down towards Jiro, "You should have left him out of it. You know too much, now you're all gonna have to die."
Nah, not that easy.
Immediately, she runs forward, jumps, and you realize doesn't jump, takes off. She's flying above you.
Oh god.
Just put her in front of you, not that close.
There?
Just back across the line. And then there's a little box for flying. Can everybody please make a Constitution saving throw?
Good God.
Oh no.
21.
11. 9.
Oh no, the DM's getting more dice.
Oh god!
So,
Nice.
so what did you get? You got
11.
11.
21.
9.
You two are going to take 26 points of cold damage.
Halved for me. I have defense.
Half of me because I've got resistance to cold for being there.
And then you take half, so 13 points of cold damage.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that.
God, you know the depth.
So that makes it 6.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And as per our rules, as she crit on initiative, she's going to take a second action.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And
Yeah, these are our new rules.
Our fun new
our fun new rules that make it great for you guys when you crit on initiative.
and really bad when we crit fail.
Yep. And bad when they crit on initiative.
Concentrated on Icarus's armor as the focal point. She casts darkness.
Ooh.
A sphere of a 15-foot radius sphere of magical darkness surrounds all of you and just makes it impossible to see. Could we put a concentration ring on her?
We got rings.
You've got rings.
Okay, Icarus, it's your turn.
Can't see shit, Captain.
No.
Okay. I'm still going to... Yeah, 3rd level. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Best cleric spell.
Do you need to be able to see to cast that?
No, it's on myself.
Nice.
So I lift up my holy symbol, pray to Cord, a concentration on myself, and a tidal wave of water will just emerge out of me. You two are completely unaffected by this, as 5 Nereids, which are water spirits that look as though they're part of the water, so you can just only about see them just start floating around in a 15-foot radius around me.
Nice.
Nice. So that fills the entire darkness sphere.
Can we see that in the darkness?
You can't see that.
You just hear water.
You'll hear water, you won't feel anything because you've chosen not to affect you.
And then I will move forwards there.
So now they need to make me with saving throws, please.
Does that affect her if she's flying?
It's a radius sphere, I believe. So yeah, I'll say she's in the range for this one, less than 15 feet above you for now. Because she'd already used some of her movement. So
yeah.
So whiz saves from both of them. What's the save?
Whiz 13.
Where's 13? So one of those is a crit on Sato, so that would be fine. The other one is a 10.
Cool. They both. The one that succeeded still gets half damage.
Okay.
It's radiant damage.
Radiant damage. Okay.
Nice.
Not great.
Still summon.
10.
10. So 5 off Sato. Okay.
Yep. And then, because I don't have a bonus action that counts right now, I will just lift up my shield and prepare.
Yeah. Okay, Maze.
I'm going to use my full movement to get up to Sato.
Okay. You come pelting out.
Just go under her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Upper side.
Okay. So this one? Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Maze is too freaking angry to even say anything. Maze is so mad. First of all, bonus action, insightful fighting.
Yep.
I got 25.
Nope. 26.
Awesome. And then, instead of taking an attack, Maze is gonna just let Daichi out and use Horrifying Visage.
Okay.
And both of them make a charisma save. No, that's a wisdom save.
A wisdom save.
DC 13.
Does it specify that it's everybody who can see?
It does say each non-undead creature, but
So Icarus as well?
within 60 feet.
Yep.
So Pandora as well.
Oh, good.
If, Pandora can't see.
Okay, Pandora can't see.
I'm in
Cool.
the dark.
So wisdom save.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
So they need to make a wisdom save.
So I rolled 17, I've got +5 to my saving throw for wisdom.
That is 10 for show and an 18.
Okay, Show is frightened of me.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
She can repeat the save at the end of her turn, but right now is under the frightened condition.
And Sato is immune to that in future.
Sato's immune
Yeah.
to that for 24 hours.
Cool.
Yeah, so for the sake of explaining that, she has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while I'm in her line of sight, and she cannot willingly move closer to me.
Nice. Okay. You see Maze charge past you, under show, up to Sato, and just brace themselves, and then this ghostly essence spreads over them, and you see Daichi's face screaming at Sato, and you feel this horrifying shock pass through you, and you feel an effect not quite take, but you're chilled to the bone, and you see Sho turn and start to sort of want to back away. Sato just twists his head, looks at you with a toothy ogre grin, looks unbothered. In fact, almost amused seeing that face again.
That's fine.
Okay, Pandora. You find yourself shrouded in darkness.
Gonna move out of it
Mm-hmm.
this way.
Yep.
Can Show
Mm-hmm.
make a Constitution saving throw? Does she have disadvantage on those at the moment, or is it just
No, it's just
checks?
against.
No, it's all ability checks and attack rolls.
So not saving
saving
throws.
throws, no.
Okay, so no, just right now.
That's a crit, I'm afraid, 26.
She still takes half as this wave of necrotic energy washes out from Pandora towards Show, and she casts Blight.
Big guns, Pandora!
Big guns. These are big scaries. Can I have 2d8s?
Yes, you can. Our darling girl.
Okay, oh.
Awful. Awful!
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14. Maths. 22 halved, so 11.
Nice.
I love spending all of that for 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Damage.
Are you doing anything else?
I will have my dagger ready
Sure.
if the opportunity arises.
Okay, so it is Sato's turn.
Wisdom saving throw
Wisdom
13.
saving throw.
And also, both their speeds are halved in my area right now.
That's a fail.
Cool. He takes 16 radiant damage.
16 radiant damage. Okay.
There's my little Nereids flying around them.
They just glue in.
You see these spirits like whip through his large ogre-like body. He doesn't seem bothered by it, and seconds after this happened, he vanishes. You can no longer see him. Can you put an invisibility ring on him, please?
Yep.
Oh no.
That said, he moves, but you're not sure where.
Cool. I'll just move him here for now.
Okay. That is his action. That is his movement. That's a show. She makes it.
Cool. So I rolled a 12, so that's 6 damage.
6 damage. She is going to fly straight towards Pandora.
Movement is halved.
Movement is halved. Still be able to make it just about.
Yeah.
She is going to try and cast Sleep.
Oh dear.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
Oh. That's not something I can shield against.
It is not.
It is not.
Okay. 25.
I have 27 hit points.
Oh, you're fine. The spell doesn't take. You feel yourself getting really drowsy on your feet, but you're able to just shake it off, and her spell doesn't take. You see her face enraged, this like bulbous, monstrous face, angry as she stares down at you. Okay. That's her turn.
She can repeat her save.
She can indeed. So it's a whiz save to get out of spirit? No,
Whiz save for frightened.
frightened. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's left the Spirit Guardian
Yeah,
area
yeah.
for now, but
That's a 13.
Ah, she makes it. She's no longer frightened.
Okay.
She was real spooked for one turn.
Yeah.
And she's better now.
Now she's like, ah.
You see her turn her head and look at you like, bitch. Okay. Icarus.
okay. So for my bonus action, I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon.
Get it. Get it.
That's another D8 on my little.
Nice.
Reminder D8s.
I'm going to turn and head towards her, so she needs to make me a Wisdom 13 saving throw. She needs to Spirit Guardians.
That's not concentration spiritual weapon, is it?
No.
Okay, cool.
Well, you can use both at once and it's fucking mint.
Okay, she got a 15 on the wisdom save, but
That's fine. She still gets 4 damage.
4 damage.
My spirit weapon is going to go after her as well,
Nice.
for 6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
Roll to hit first.
oh yeah, fuck! I'm so excited about spells. I'm so excited. Yeah, 24 to hit.
I think that hits. Yeah, that's 6 damage, yeah?
Yeah. And then, is she too high for me to hit with my
Anything.
Probably, yeah, with a physical weapon.
Use a crossbow.
You have a crossbow?
Yeah, got a light crossbow. I won't though.
Because you'd have to put your shield with
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, Maze.
Hum.
Humana.
Hang on a second.
She's got to make a save because she got a concentration spell. And she just got damaged. She got damaged twice.
On dark.
3 times.
Okay, hang on. So she's taken a chunk of. So yeah, darkness has dropped.
Nice.
Okay, Maze.
I have a feature called Eye for Detail.
Mm-hmm.
Says you can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object, or make an investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
That wouldn't count on invisible things.
No.
Because it's straight up invisible.
And it wouldn't be able to sort of indicate where any direction might be.
You can try and make a perception check to see if you can tell at all where it is, but you know that the other one can fly.
It could just be up in the air.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So yeah, there's kind of no point in doing that. In which case, I will swap my Greek sword for my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action insightful fighting on show.
Yep.
16.
See what she gets. You get it.
Okay. And then I will take a shot at her.
She's got high deception, but that was terrible.
23.
23. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. So that's 1d6 for the crossbow, and now 4d6 sneak attack.
Hell yeah.
That's all my d6s. Oh, tasty. 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice.
Okay. This is real angry.
Real angry.
Real angry.
Pandora.
Following this sleep attempt, just going to try and cast Ray of Sickness on show at level 3.
Okay.
So that is a roll for me, please. Beans. 14 to hit?
Doesn't quite hit.
Yeah. Damn it. This green bolt of necrotic energy goes wide.
She sort of sways out of the way in midair.
Damn it!
Okay. From that, Sato is going to reappear behind Icarus and Pandora.
There?
Be more behind Icarus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Enter my spirit guardians and make a whiz save.
Now make a whiz save.
Is he not invisible anymore then?
He's not invisible because he's making an attack. He takes damage.
Cool. He takes 13 damage.
13. And then could Icarus and Pandora make me a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, Constitution. 16.
13.
I need to make a concentration save as well.
Okay, you both make it.
Okay.
That isn't a concentration spell.
Yeah. It depends on
31 points of damage, halved.
Cold. Okay.
Yep.
So 31 reduced to 15.
Yep. Halved again because you made the save.
Oh, okay, so...
Quartered.
So yours is halved, Pandora's is quartered because she's got cold resistance.
So is Icarus.
Oh no, you do. You have.
I have cold resistance
Okay,
as well.
cool. So
So we
7.
both made the save.
So we need to add 7 back.
Add 12, add 8 back on, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we took 15 off.
Okay.
D&D Beyond, please.
I need to make a concentration save as well.
Yeah.
19.
Nice. Okay. Show now turns invisible.
Joe also needs to make a whiz save because they saw it in the turn in my.
Yeah, makes it.
That's fine. Still takes 14, 15, 16, 17. So half of 17.
8.
8 damage.
Yep.
So she's invisible.
Okay. She's invisible. And
Somewhere.
and you can no longer see where she is. Icarus.
This is a lot.
Okay. So I'm going to turn around to show and attempt to hit him with my regular sword.
To Sato, you mean?
Sato, sorry, yes,
Yeah.
Sato. Hit him with my regular sword at the same time as my spirit weapon of Morokai sword goes flying past.
Yep.
So regular attack. Nope.
Oh dear.
Nope. So that's a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. And then short sword. So the bonus action with spiritual weapon is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Cool. That's an 8.
8 damage.
8 force damage.
Okay.
Not so handsome under that face, are you?
She's still into it.
Maze.
Do I have enough movement to flank a bitch?
10, 15, 20, 25?
Yeah.
13.
Yep, you got it.
Sacre bleu.
Outrageous!
That's outrageous! Ooh, 18 first attack?
Yeah, 18 hits.
Okay. So that's... Oh yeah, I'll swap my sword back. So that's a d8 and 46.
Michio.
Come on, Michio sword! 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage, nice.
And bonus action attack again. For 23.
23 hits.
Straight d6. 5 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice. Okay. Pandora.
She's gonna open up a flask of water and fling it over herself to cast Armor of Agathis.
Yes.
Cute.
So cute.
Use her use of Armor of Agathis, and she's gonna run up and stab Sato with a little sea blade as a bonus action.
Yeah!
Nice. At advantage. 'cause
Roll to hit,
At
yes.
advantage.
Because super flanked.
Yay.
The most flanked.
Ooh, no, they're both 7s, so that's 14 to hit, which I don't think.
No, doesn't quite
She
hit.
tries to hit with a tiny dagger.
Okay.
He's too big and too intimidating.
From Hex Heart I stab at thee.
Yep.
He looks between the three of you and singles out Maze.
Aye.
Do you make a wisdom first?
Fails it.
Nice.
19.
19.
Nice.
Radiant damage.
It's going to attack Maze
Hello.
with the glaive
Hello.
twice.
Oh,
Hello.
big Angie.
Okay. One of those doesn't hit, but the other one's a 19.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? For 12 slashing damage.
I'm gonna take the full force of that attack in an uncharacteristic move,
Ooh.
and then just like fucking just stalwart stand it and just look him dead in the eyes.
Oh god.
Like, you're a menace to my home. I will kill you.
Nice. Okay, that's his turn. Show is going to appear behind Pandora and Maze,
Eep in the air or
ground level.
Invisibly.
You know what? Appear behind Maze,
Hello. Oh.
flanking with
Oh.
Sato.
Hello.
And take 2 attacks. Really? My dice are just being awful today. One of them hits. That's going to be another 14 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
So the first glaive from Sato carves down the front of your chest and the second one up your back.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm saving my reactions for if they run away from me.
Oh.
Yike.
Cool. Back to Icarus.
I'm gonna try and attack him again with my Little Nereids are flying around still.
Wee!
Whee! 4 again on this sword!
Every time you try and double sword people, one of them's like,
No. And then a dirty 20 with the spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon hits.
Rolled a 1, so he gets 3 damage.
That's Sato.
Still
Yeah.
summon.
Still something.
Cool. Maze.
oh, right, it's me again.
Get him!
Oh, good God. Yeah, I will advantage attack Sato.
Okay.
Because I can. 22.
I should have been rolling at advantage.
Oh yeah, you can roll advantage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have realised that.
That's fine.
That's cocked. I got it! So that's a 21 to hit
Yep.
with my regular weapon.
Roll damage. D6 plus 4.
Get in tray.
Get in tray. Should have took the one out of the tray. For 6 slashing damage. Okay,
Cool.
so they give him the 1, 2.
Cool. So Maze.
Straight damage on Sato. That's 11.
Ooh.
Yep.
Bonus action I will take on Sho.
So you can turn around and take the other one.
And stab her with my other sword and hope that it hits. That's an 18.
Yeah, that hits.
I'll put my sneak attack on this one.
Cool. Get shows.
16 points of damage.
Nice.
16 points of damage. Okie dokie. I no longer know how to count.
Nuts!
Okay. Pandora, you're up.
She's gonna take out a little packet of powder, fling some on the ground, centering it on Maze, but spell sculpting it around Maze, so they've got like a cylinder. Like,
That's very sexy of her, Sasha.
so like Maze is in this cylinder of fire, which they're not being touched by, but it's gonna get both Sho and Sato.
Nice.
Can they make dexterity saving throws as she casts Fireball, please?
What's the DC?
14.
Sato doesn't make it.
Ooh.
Sho does.
Okay, can I have 2d6?
Yes, you can.
God, I love fireball.
Okay, alright.
Fireball is incredible with spell slot.
I know.
Otherwise, it's a disaster.
Yeah. So 10, 14, 16, 22, 26, 27 points of fire damage for Sho and half of that for Sato.
Nice.
That's
No,
it.
other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, whichever one.
So 27. Sato's turn rolls around again as the fire disperses. At this point, the three of you start to realise that they're definitely like regenerating some of the damage that they're taking. They're like regenerating health after you've hit them.
No.
That you see the burns from where the fireballs had just hit, just like start to heal up immediately.
That's cheating!
Okay, maybe Wiz 13 save on the start of his turn.
Yep.
Welcome to my zone. Oh no.
Piss zone. It's still summon.
Yeah, makes it
So half 7. 4.
4. No,
3.
3.
Okay.
Piss zone.
Immediately, the area you're in just fills with darkness again. All of you except Sho are inside it, and Sato slips away.
Can I take a disadvantage sneak attack? Opportunity attack against
No, because you can't see him slipping away.
Okay.
I will double check that. Okay. Yes, you could take a disadvantaged opportunity attack.
Sure. The rest of us then in that case?
Yeah.
You're flanking
Oh,
him,
within
so.
another range. Good God. I rolled a 19 and a 20,
Yeah.
so 25.
I rolled a 20 and a 15, so with disadvantage. 22.
22, yours hits.
I did not hit him.
What did you get?
I rolled a 5.
She's like, no, she's not used to stabbing.
No.
Yeah, you can both roll damage.
10.
10.
8.
Okay. and he gets out of the darkness. You can't see where he goes.
Wait.
Show's turn.
5, 10. She's in my zone.
Okay, he makes a wisdom save. That's a natural 1.
Oh no!
17.
17 hits.
As in like 17
Oh,
damage.
17 damage, yeah. 17 damage.
Get her ass.
Boy.
No.
Little Nerys just fly into her again, just like giggling.
Ominous.
You can't see, but there is a noise of pain this time.
Ooh.
And you do not see what she does.
Oh.
Bad vibes.
Icarus.
I'm gonna try and leave the zone.
Yep.
I want to go back the way I came, like this way.
Yep. You come out of the darkness fairly quickly.
Where are they?
Both
You can't
invisible.
see either of them.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Great. Didn't take the Great Lord as a coward.
Are you doing anything else? You can hold an action if you want to.
I'll hold an action with my sword.
Okay. You ready your sword, you hold an action, prepare to attack should either of them appear.
Mm-hmm.
Maze.
I'd like to go the same way that Icarus went, just
Yep.
to get out. Get out of there!
Get out of darkness.
Get out of there! I will also just hold an action to stab
Okie dokie, you hold an action to stab which sword?
a katana.
Great. Pandora.
We'll also move out the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Having noted that the creature disappeared last night, has prepared see invisibility today. She's gonna do the arcane symbols in front of her face and cast see invisibility.
Nice. Okay. You cast the invisibility, your vision like floods out. You see Sho slightly up in the air, about 10 feet up. Like just there where you were going to put her.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see Sato.
Okay, Sho is there! And point in the direction.
Okay. Are you doing anything else?
That is an action, so I don't think I can't hold a bonus action.
The darkness?
Oh yeah, sorry. You can't hold a bonus action.
No, so that's me.
Okay. Sato. You hear him shout something from somewhere behind the stalagmites.
Coward.
In giant to show. And you hear nothing else. You don't see what happened.
Cool.
Okay. Show. Clocks that you have seen her and flies directly down towards you. She is going to try and attack you twice with her glaive.
Okay.
Is she on ground level now? Or?
Yeah, she will have to be.
Eep.
Eep.
And hang on, let me check one thing.
Hit me.
Oh yeah.
Can we die?
The darkness drops.
Okay.
Oh,
No, leave it there.
the concentration spell?
Yeah.
Okay.
The darkness has dropped though. Like the cloud of darkness disappears
Okay.
as Sho flies down towards Pandora.
Do we see her now or not?
I guess
Sato.
once she attacks.
Sato.
Sho.
Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah, as Sho flies down and attacks, her invisibility drops. The darkness drops from whatever Sato's done that you didn't see. 2 attacks on Pandora. Oh my god, I'm rolling so badly.
Good.
That's a 17.
That hits.
Okay, one of them hits, the other one doesn't.
Okay.
You're going to take 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay, and she'll take 10 points of cold damage as my armor of Agathis explodes out.
Nice!
Get her.
Okay, just as she was regenerating health at the start of her turn, you just smashed it off again.
Okay, let me damage. Thank you.
Icarus,
Hello.
you can now see Sho down at the ground in front of Pandora.
Uh-huh.
In fact, if both of you just want to make a perception check and see if you can see see what happened to Sato.
I'm too busy looking at
18.
18.
perception. 11.
Maze, you see just going around the side of the stalagmite, just like a wisp of smoke.
Don't rush like that.
Oh look, who's in your spirit guardian?
This is my spirit guardian. Trying to read
Oh,
it.
no.
Have a fly.
Okay, she makes it.
Yeah. 17.
17. Okay. How do I maths?
What is maths?
And I'll shout, "Come on, Pandora, we got this."
Yeah, I know.
You will get back 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 hit points
Oh, thanks.
as I cast Healing Word as a bonus action.
Yep.
And then I will use my sword at advantage because we're flanking.
Nice.
Shank her.
15, 16, 17.
Yeah, the hit.
Okay.
Lots.
Big.
For 8 slashing.
Nice. She's starting to look rough now.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
Maze.
Gonna follow the smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything?
You see a wisp of smoke. Looks like a misty cloud.
Suck it in. Huff it. Huff it.
I don't wanna huff the Oni.
Waft.
No.
Noni.
Noni. Heck. It doesn't look like I can hit it at all, does it?
You can make that judgment. It's a misty cloud.
I'm not gonna slash a misty cloud. Doesn't seem like anything good can come of that.
I mean, you can try if you want to.
No, I shan't.
You can try if you want to.
If you want to, you can leave your friends behind. I'll just like move back over to where thingy Majiggy's in my line of sight.
Yep.
But hug close to the wall.
So like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus action, hide.
Yeah, make a stealth check.
19.
Yep, natural one.
Excellent.
She doesn't care about you right now.
Attack with advantage. With my crossbow, which I will pull out. 19.
19 hits.
Gira.
4, 8, 10, 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage. She's starting to look very rough.
Nice.
Oh. Pandora.
Okay. I am flanking with Icarus, yes?
Yeah.
You sure are.
I'm gonna reach out, like, try and grab her and cast Vampiric Touch.
Nice.
Go, yeah.
Yes, there we go.
22 to hit.
22 hits.
Hell yeah.
So she will take 10 points of necrotic damage,
Mm-hmm.
and I will take 5 hit points back. And as my bonus action, I'll try and stab her with my dagger,
Nice.
which again at advantage. 21 to hit.
21 hits.
This is going to be necrotic damage. For 6 necrotic damage.
You have the floor.
Stab her with the sea blade, like pull it up through her chest cavity and into her throat.
Okay. You see Pandora reach out one hand, grip onto her shoulder, and like this, what you now know to be necrotic energy, like leap out of her hand and sort of start to force Sho's body to crumble in a way you've watched plenty of times, and then the blade come out just straight into Sho's stomach, up, and then you just watch her body just like wither and decay.
Yes, Pandora!
Onto the ground. You see her body transform and return to looking just like a human woman from Vishima, wearing a wooden mask that looks like the Oni face.
Boy.
Oh. Oh dear.
Oh. Can we take the mask off her?
Okay. You don't see what happens to Sato.
Yeah, like, is he just gone?
I was gonna say, if I look back over, is the smoke still there, or
You can't see it, no.
it's just gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Can I see it with my see invisibility still going?
If that's what you're doing to move around, it's not your turn yet.
No,
so,
sorry.
Okay.
so you don't see what he does, Icarus.
Jiro. Gotta go check on Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little medicine checky.
He is, over in the middle there, on the floor. You can do a medicine check.
Yes, gotta do a little medicine checky. Hey!
God.
It's a nat 20, so 22.
Nice. You are able to quickly check him over for wounds. He mostly just seems unconscious, and he comes out of it as you're shaking him awake. He's slightly dazed and confused as to what's going on.
Hey, buddy. We got you.
What?
We got you.
Where am I?
In a cave with an Oni. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it.
Maze.
Knowing now that Jiro is okay and that's all copacetic with you, I will just sort of have a little look around where I saw that smoke going and see if there's anything.
You can't see anything.
Okay. I'll just take off running the way we came through and say to these guys, we need to get back to the Lords.
So Maze is going to
Dash.
run towards there.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool. Pandora?
Is there any sign with my see invisibility still going? Like any indication that he's turned invisible? And that I could maybe see him with that?
So I'm going to say in the 6 seconds you were distracted by killing Show, like you didn't catch a glimpse of where he went.
Okay.
He did turn invisible, but you didn't see.
Okay, didn't see where he went.
You can make like a perception check if you want to try and figure it out.
I'll
But
try. 9.
you can't tell.
Okay. In that case, I will take the mask off. Show.
Okay. Pandora reaches down to the mask and say, because this is all happening in the same 6 seconds, Maze, you're not quite out of the door yet. Can all of you make me a charisma saving throw?
Charisma plus 6 saving throw. Oh god. 4.
You got a natural 1.
Headed.
You rolled a nat 1, I rolled a nat 2, you rolled a nat 3. Cool.
Yeah, 4.
Oh my god.
So 6, 7, 8 for me.
Okay. The only thing any of you want to do right now is get your hands on that mask. All of you.
This is mine.
Taking Sato out.
What's going on?
Jiro in.
Jiro's in.
Jiro's in.
Pandora, you were at it first.
This is mine.
Jiro will get up and immediately move towards Pandora and try to grab it off you. Pandora, can you make a strength check to hold on to it?
If I use shield as a reaction, will that do anything?
No.
A strength check, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You're a wizard, mate.
Yep. 11.
You still beat him.
Oh, cool.
But you, two of you are clutching onto this wooden mask between you trying to take it.
Jiro, you're an elite guard.
Got a 7. Icarus?
I'm just going to move towards both of you, so you both need to make a save against my spirit
No,
guardian.
you don't view them as enemies.
Oh yeah.
Unless you're intentionally trying to hurt them.
If I need the mask, then yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Dickerous.
We're 13.
Dickerous.
Well,
You want me to get the mask out? Yeah.
Jiro's rolled another 7.
9.
17.
Damage.
Yep. 17 points of radiant damage.
Christ.
Jiro goes down.
And I will try and grab the mask off you.
Well, your action would have been... No, that's Spirit Guardians. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll make a strength check against Pandora.
9.
15.
Okay, you pull it out of Pandora's hands. Maze.
I'm gonna run up. Icarus, make me a charisma save.
Cool.
Oh god.
That is a 13.
Oh, it just beats it. God damn it. Daichi's spirit leaves Maze's body and tries to get into yours, but is blocked.
Oh god!
Daichi's spirit leaps out of Maze's body and tries to push its way into Icarus's, but can't quite grasp onto it.
This is carnage.
Pandora. Can everybody once again, now it's Pandora's turn, one more time, make me a charisma saving throw.
18.
12.
10.
Okay. Pandora, you now see sense. This, you know that this mask is doing something weird, and that these guys are going slightly crazy over it. It's your turn.
She's gonna use darkness. Just in the middle of all of them. Stop!
Once again, the area is filled with darkness.
And I guess she knows where they are if she's cast it. Try and grab it off Icarus?
You're starting your turn in my spirit guardians.
Wow, bitch.
Also, you used your action to cast darkness.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. What was it? What's the same
It's
as
13.
Do I need to do that as well?
Yep,
So
17.
got in.
So half.
13 damage.
18.
Good god, man!
And
Icarus, stop!
so you take 13 damage as well.
18. So I get half
Yeah, half.
of 13.
Half 13.
Yeah, so 6.
Oh wait, half of 13.
Yes, sorry.
So 6.
And Jiro.
It's now he's now starting his turn, so roll damage again because it's a different turn, I guess. He fails.
Did he not please?
I thought you were down.
Oh yeah, he did go down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he loses death saving throw.
If you're still
Boys.
viewing him as an enemy now, he's down.
No, he's down. He's not coming up to the mask anymore, so I don't care.
Okay. So Jiro is down. Icarus, you're holding the mask.
I'm moving away from them as far as I can.
No, you're putting it on.
I'm putting the mask on.
You've got it in your hands. All you can think to do is just bring it up to your face.
God!
Immediately, you feel it fix firm to your head,
Oh no. Oh god.
and you hear in the back of your mind. Okay. Are you doing anything else?
Do I want to do anything, or?
So you put the mask on, you feel it clamp onto your head, you hear this laugh, hideous laugh in your ear, and all you want is to attune to this.
Even cursed items.
Can you make me a charisma saving throw?
That's a 19 on the dice to 25.
Okay. Mark yourself down somewhere. 1 success.
Okay.
How many of these do you have to do?
And I will use my movement to get out of the darkness and around, away from everyone.
Mm-hmm. Sato's long gone, by the way. Okay. Maze.
I'm gonna back out of the darkness. See if I can clock Icarus.
You can see, you just catch sight of him.
Mhm.
Now he's wearing the mask. The urge to, have it yourself, it just diminishes.
That's fine. I'm gonna go after him. Straight up to him.
Sorry. You're entering my zone again.
That's fine. What kind of save is it?
With 13.
Yeah, that was a 15 on the dice.
Cool, you still take half, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17 on my dice. So half 17. 8.
8, I'll half that to 4 with Uncanny Dodge. Cool. Can you make me another charisma save, please?
Yeah.
You
21.
beat it. I'd just try and ghost you again. 'Cause I can keep doing that until it works.
Okay.
In which case I will just levy my sword at the mask.
I will say, as the desire to grab the mask withers away, so does initiative.
Okay.
Icarus, you now just feel you're wearing it, and suddenly you feel kind of sensible again.
Spirit Guardian's going to drop immediately.
Cool. Hey, Icarus.
Hey.
You want to take that thing off?
Shit, I'm so sorry.
You try to remove it. Make me a strength check. 8. You can feel it's not coming off.
Oh God.
You can see that it's clearly like shrunk to fit Icarus' face exactly.
Can I come over if we're not in initiative?
Yeah?
Cool, I'm gonna go make sure that Jiro's still alive.
Yeah, you can go and check Zero's okay. Make a medicine check.
17.
He's okay. You stabilize him. He's not awake.
Can I go to Icarus and try and prise the thing off his face?
Make a strength check.
19.
19's the DC.
Oh! Pandora's rage!
All of you are staring down at this thing. You can feel again that it's like calling to be worn, but this time you're all aware of that sensation.
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
I'll talk about it later.
Can we, like, is there something we can put it in?
There's a trunk back at the villa.
For now, like, what's Show wearing?
Show is now just wearing like a Vishima robe.
Can we just, like, take off a layer of her robes and
Just to wrap it up
wrap it up in and hope that that works?
Don't trust like that anymore.
You can certainly do that.
We strip a corpse.
Welcome to the naked episode.
Welcome to the nudie episode.
Is there anything on her? Like,
Yeah, is there anything on her?
There's nothing. There's the glaive lying to the side.
we don't want it.
I'll take the glaive because it's evidence.
Yeah, you can take the glaive, wrap up the mask. The body's just laying there, just a regular human woman. Vishima features.
She's not naked.
No.
So I will just hoist her onto my shoulder. 'Cause it's like, why would a Vishima person be here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Miko as well.
Yeah.
There sure is. Is there anything on Miko's person? What's left of him?
Make an investigation check.
Can I aid May with this?
You
Please.
can do.
No. 10.
10. You find several pouches of herbs. Up
Stinky.
close, he really stinks of sweat. And you find the solid gold hand that's strapped to his arm. Doesn't seem to have anything else on him.
I don't really want to carry the meat sweat, man.
Take the hand.
I can take the hand. I'll take his hand.
Okay.
I'll tell someone to clean that up later.
Yeah, unbuckle this literally like human-sized hand, solid gold.
Head back up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get Jiro?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna help Jiro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can like slowly rouse him. He's very weakened,
Yeah.
but
And
you
just,
can sort of aid him out of the tunnel.
as we're walking, just sort of ask him what happened.
I don't remember. I think they charmed me.
Oh great.
Must have been what happened to you in the woods. Because I can barely remember.
Huh. Guess that makes sense. Considering that everyone just stood still while he ate them. But he got away.
We need to find the Lords.
Yeah.
You three are a mess. Maybe I should go find them. And you should wait somewhere the staff ain't gonna see you.
Yeah. We'll wait in the tunnel, I suppose.
Jiro sort of shakily tidies himself up a bit. For the most part, he doesn't look like anything particularly bad has happened, not like you guys. Okay. Straightens out his robe, takes a deep breath, and walks out of this tunnel, ducks under the rope, and hurries up towards the music hall.
I don't suppose that I'll catch anything with it, but my see invisibility is active for an hour, so I'll just be keeping an eye out to see anything.
Takes about just less than 10 minutes.
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take up, while we're waiting, I'm gonna take out my Kingman's ointment and just tend to your wounds a little bit.
I'm sorry, I snatched you.
I'm sorry I hurt you. You get back 12 hit points.
Thanks, BB.
And then I'm gonna, so that's gone, the ointment now. And then I'm gonna just give you one of my potions.
Mace will refuse it.
Please take it, I hurt you.
Keep it for yourself.
I'm fine.
I don't want it, Icarus. And they're just gonna be pacing around the room.
Toju and Michio and Jiro come down the tunnel. Toju is leading the way, like striding at the front. Michio is sort of quiet and shocked behind him. And Toju's just like, Jiro has explained the bare bones. I think we should discuss this in private back at the villa.
We're sorry to cut your evening short.
Where's Lord Sato?
I don't know.
He didn't return to you?
No. Quickly. And goes and has a word with a couple of staff members. You see drops what looks like a heavy pouch of gold into their hand, and they essentially bring you something that you can wrap the body up in and disguise the fact you're holding a corpse.
And Thingy's body.
2 corps.
Yeah.
Stinky man.
Of which Michio will take that one and carry it over.
I knew he was
shoulder.
strong.
Buff!
Like he's just carrying a bale of hay. And you
Sweaty bale of hay.
hurry back across the rope bridge and find that other members of staff have like brought the carriage all the way down and have cleared the road. You get in. You journey back to the villa in silence.
Staring at Toju the entire time.
You head into the lounge area. The bodies are laid down. So tell us everything that happened.
I think you already know. Lord Toju.
We were watching the concert. Tell us everything that happened.
Why are you so scared of Lord Sato?
You will speak to me with respect.
You will treat your citizen with the respect that you haven't been. Tell me the truth.
He slaps you.
And just take it.
Okay. Okay. You take 2 points of slapping.
Wow.
Maybe we should fill them in on the details.
Go on then.
Explain everything that happened. Sort of following Jiro down to the other cabin, finding Sato in his hulking monstrous form speaking to Miko, how he then killed Miko, and Sho was in leagues with him, and we fought the both of them.
As you explain, you see Michio's face like twist in like utter shock. You get the impression he didn't know about anything like this.
But of course my Lord Toju is quite aware of things going on, considering you were talking and threatening one of the council members about unleashing something on a city.
Michio turns to Toju. He's like... Michio looks him up and down, quite disappointedly. It's like, so this is what you were so scared about when you said I didn't know what Sato could unleash. Quite. Do you know how many years that thing has threatened our island. He sent Show to me just to tighten his grip. In my defense, I didn't know it was Sato himself.
We let it happen.
What else could I have done?
Fight back.
Against what? A creature I didn't know where it was, what it could do. Just...
It's somewhere on the island, on our island now.
I'm happy to see the back of it.
Not so happy to see it here. Considering it's already killed an aide to one of the councilmen this morning when we drove past.
I understand that.
Can you read this? I'm gonna pull out the journal.
No idea. Matteo looks over at us. That is the language of giant folk. I can't read it, but I'm familiar.
Perhaps someone at Delphos can read it.
What you came up against, it's called an Oni. Something of a folklore legend on our islands that presents a couple of problems. And Toji looks at him like, how do you know this?
Uncle Michi knows everything.
I did have my suspicions with people disappearing, but they didn't happen often in my region. Does present some problems. First, that by now, Sato probably could have disguised himself as anyone or anything. Unfortunately, they can change shape at will.
That's uncomfortable.
Change size. Could be a goblin in the city. Could be an ogre in the mountains by now. The better thing is that supposedly they're only at home in the mountains and he probably won't stay in the city. Not that that's particularly better, but I imagine that the creature will probably flee. I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
I am. This has been running rampant on our home island. I can see Ito here is terrified, quite embarrassingly so. You can see him like, he still does look a little bit scared. Yes, I'm embarrassed by my cowardice.
The amount of people you just let die. That's sick.
I was protecting so many more. So many people who could live happy and unknowing lives and not be threatened by that thing.
Yeah.
By both of them. I'm protecting my citizens, but I'm glad to see the back of it.
I'd be dead if it wasn't for dumb luck.
I'm sorry for that, but sacrifice a few, protect the many. Always seemed like the best way to go about it when there weren't many other options.
How's Jiro looking? Does it look like he's put things together, or is he just kind of like shocked by everything?
He's shocked, but you can see him piecing things together. He's like looking pretty depressed about it, hanging back. He's feeling pretty ragged anyway. Right, well, I suppose we're gonna have to deal with this one way or another. But now at least we can feel content that it will be fleeing your city and disappearing somewhere else for the time being.
For the time being, but for how long? It needs to feed again at some point.
Has no human servants. He glances at Toju as he says that, to help it out now. All I can suggest is that we inform the authorities here of such a creature and that it's watched out for. But
Did he ever seem like the kind of person to hold a grudge?
He didn't seem like the kind of person to do much.
Well, I mean, he remembered your name and that you were at the bonfire at that time. I'd say that's pretty grudgy.
I'd say so too. I don't mind being a target for a while.
Maze.
Means we can get him.
You keep painting these targets on your back, though.
This needs to be done.
We're with you, okay?
I guess we're not going to find it any other way.
No.
Could be anyone, could be anywhere. Could be invisible.
Michio just sort of rubs his face. I would ask that you keep this quiet so we can deal with it professionally and politically.
Of course.
This is huge
Yeah.
and needs to be taken care of in the right way.
Of course.
Would you give us permission to search their rooms?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What should we do about the...
The mask?
Yeah.
It goes back in that box, I guess.
Goes back in the box.
Or destroyed. Can we burn it?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a mask that made me do shitty things, so I don't mind seeing the back of it.
Yeah.
I would suggest in the box for now.
In the box for now.
You don't want to imagine what something that magical might do if you tried to destroy it.
True.
Yeah, it's got to be disposed of properly.
We'll go and put it back in the box.
You feel it starting to call to you again as you do. You pull the lid back on. When you do, you see like a fissure of arcane light coming out of it as it seals itself.
Ugh. You good?
Can I hug you guys?
Please?
Yeah.
Big hug. I'll go try to find your granddad's sword, okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chris gives them both a little kiss on the head.
Kissy from a little fishy.
You search their rooms and you're able to turn up your sword hidden in Sato's room.
Bitch.
You also find in Miko's room like more luggage with humanoid flesh in it.
We'll make sure that Michio's with us while we're searching and Toji's with us so they're like witnessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like plenty of clothing in different sizes to you imagine fit the only whatever shape it took.
You don't want to be naked.
Not like me.
But you don't find much more than that. They sort of thank you for everything that you've done and like gathered the evidence, the golden plate and the nasty cutlery. And
Nasty man.
you see that Toju's very like weak-stomached and sees all the body parts and is like, ooh. Very weak constitution. But for the most part, there's nothing else that can be done tonight.
I'll give, like, bow to Michio and give him his sword back and say, thank you for the honor of wielding this weapon.
It's yours to keep.
Oh! I can be two katana Maze!
Oh!
Goodness gracious. Okay, Maze is just gonna have a little, like...
No moment.
You deserve it. You've done so much for Vishima already, and I'm sure one day you will do much more.
Tough Maze don't cry, tough Maze don't cry. But Chase do cry.
Maze. Come here.
Go to Uncle.
Uncle Michio's gonna hug you,
Yeah, Maze hugs back.
and as he hugs you, say quietly, just to you, don't hold on to your anger. Anger makes you weak. Channel it into something better. And pats you on the back. Spend a little time with the sword.
That was some good wisdom.
Good wisdom.
Oh.
From there, the three of you retire to bed. You don't get the easiest night's sleep, but you sleep. You get your long rests.
Good God. Can I attune overnight?
You can indeed.
The rabbit sword!
Rabbit sword! Rabbit sword!
I will tell you after the episode.
Oh my God!
Okay. So you get your sleep. In the morning, rouse you early. All the staff in the villa have helped them pack things up. You notice that the crates of nasty business have been disposed of overnight, and that there's a significant less amount of luggage coming back. The first thing they do is head down to the council buildings, and everything is wrapped up in a short meeting in which Toju very sheepishly agrees to whatever Michio's terms are.
Good.
From there, they pack up to leave, and they say what they will do is search everything of Sato's back in Vishima and correspond with you, tell you everything they can find and anything that could be useful, and pass that knowledge on to the city as well.
Are they taking the trunk with them?
They're taking the trunk with them.
I will say to Toju, quite boldly, I think maybe you owe me a small favor after all this.
What did you have in mind?
Makoto Hasagawa's paintings. Just make sure they get displayed somewhere nice. And leave my grandpa alone.
Consider it done. And he bows his head respectfully.
Oh, very respectful.
You follow them down to the city docks, where you watch the staff loading their possessions back onto their ship. If you like, you can stay there and say your goodbyes. Michio hugs all of you.
Yes!
Uncle Michio!
Toju gives you a respectful bow.
Give them court's blessing for a safe trip back.
Michio is much appreciated and is like, a man of religion. And Toju's like, we need to go.
Oh, I get Michio's address so I can send him letters.
Yeah!
He happily gives it to you.
Yes!
And from there they board their red-sailed ship once more. And you see these like dragon wings, these sails come up as it backs out of the harbour, disappears towards Erin's sea gates. And that is where we'll end tonight.
My God!
I'm so emotional.
Oh, buddy!
Oh. I can't hold it in anymore.
No, they're all back.
Thank you,
That was well good.
Thank you guys so much for playing.
Thank you for DMing.
This is not the end of Maze's story arc.
Well, there's a very lonely Oni up there somewhere.
Don't need
lonely Tony Yoni. That was amazing.
My God.
Amazing. Thank you guys so much for playing.
Thank you
everyone so much for watching. That was an incredible session. That concludes the Lords of Vishima Part 2. Until next time, I'm Nyx. We are nyxrising, and we love you.
We love you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, it's Maze. With the Lords on the way back to Vishima, it seems this chapter is over. For now. The Delphos Saga will be taking a break through October, and you can catch episode 20 on November 4th. From next Wednesday, catch our brand new Halloween special, Beyond the Light, a unique survival horror tabletop show that will be airing through October. Thank you so much to everyone who's been supporting us over at patreon.com/nyxrising and via YouTube memberships. Watch out for new Delphos and Beyond the Light content soon. Special thanks as always to our executive producers, Emily Hogarth, Alissa, Stef Sharp, Katelyn Ferguson, Alexandra Johnson, Leah Moran, and Adira A. Until next time, walk tall, keep your head up, and we'll see you on Wednesday for Beyond the Light.